Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Hello, everyone. Today's live will be ending in 3 hours. I have a hard stop at 10. One, because I need to get better at, actually stopping when I say I'm going to. But also because I need to do my hair. I've had this in for far too long. It is time for a change. But y'all, do me a favor and don't stop tapping that screen, and also sharing the live. Let's see if we can get some debates in. Hello everyone. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for the heart, Milada. Hello. Hi. Thank you for the heart puff. And y'all, please hop in the guest request if you think body count should matter for women, but not for men. Damn, we already hit the live goal. I didn't even pin that shit. Thank you. You caught the stream very early. Thank you, Goddess. I love debating with Ian. It's always so much fun. Hello. Hi, Max. Hi, everyone. You are early indeed. Quite, actually. Hi. Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to spam the likes. Why are we slacking? Also, my glasses are from slack.com. No pun intended. That's SLACC or SLLAC. I forget which one. Love you more, Katie. Hi, Livy. Des, hopefully I will be able to satiate your boredom. But that's only if we can get some ops in here. So I need y'all to do me a favor. Spam the likes and spam the share button so we can get some misogynistic men in here, okay? I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with my account. I don't know why I have this fucking view shortage happening on my account. I've asked my live agency. They will try to get back to me on Monday. But for the time being, you guys are gonna have to work overtime. Alright? I don't wanna have to switch to the God topic. I don't think any of us want that. Okay? I don't think any of us want that. 'Cause I sure as hell don't. But y'all, please hop in the guest requests if you think body count should matter for women, but not for men. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, I'm okay, thank you. How old are you?
I identify as 40.
Okay. Intriguing. Do you think body count should matter for women, but not for men?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because women are the gatekeepers of procreation, as founded in dating apps. Men swipe right more than women, showing us that women are more choosy.
Okay. So?
That means women are the gatekeepers of procreation. And women keep procreating with these women keep procreating with these horrible guys that don't want to raise children, so they get these abortions.
What?
Have you heard of abortion? It's like where women get pregnant and they don't blame themselves.
I've heard of abortion.
They unalive their children because they weren't planning very well.
I'm sorry. Who came in the women?
Who came in the women?
Yeah.
The guy who the women said, "Hey, come sleep with me."
Okay, so I just want to make sure. So women are the gatekeepers, but men are the ones pursuing them. So
you can find men that are willing to sleep with women all the time. These women are just like letting these horrible people inject their protein in them.
Did you say slurs?
What was the slur?
Y'all, what slur did he say?
Yeah, what slur did I say?
It was probably the R slur, knowing him, because I think I remember him now. Unfortunately,
wait, you know me?
I think so, based off of your really annoying
based off of your face, I think you said the dumbass slur.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ate me up so
crazy?
hard.
Hey, how many people have you slept with?
11.
11? Mm-hmm. Man, you really prize yourself highly, huh? You have no children with any of them, right? You just wanted to get off?
I'm 20. I'm not having children.
You have 11 at 20?
Yeah.
Gosh, open for business. You're like a freaking Waffle House, open 24/7.
Okay.
Hey, is there any guy that you would say no to?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know if you know this or not, but there are like 4 billion men on the planet. 11's a very small fraction.
Don't set that high of a goal. You might not ever get out of the bedroom.
Dude, did you like only come up on this live to be annoying?
Oh no, I'm coming up here to try to get you to close your legs so you don't have these kids that steal my rims.
Steal your rims? Are you being racist?
Well, what is racist about that?
Doing a really poor job at being racist?
What's racist?
Why would my children steal your rims? Do you mind letting us know, Greg?
Because they would be feral. You'd be having a bunch of kids outside of wedlock, and the streets would be raising them.
Why would I be doing that?
Coming around stealing my rims and doing all that crazy stuff.
Are you just mad because you don't get bitches?
Oh, I don't get bitches. I've been married for 20 years.
That poor woman.
I know. How long have you been married?
I'm 20.
Oh wow, you don't like men? Are you a man hater?
I'm 20. I'm not getting married.
You've slept with 11 men already. You haven't found one of the 11?
I'm not getting married at 20.
You let them release inside of you, but you're not willing to make a commitment?
Who said they did that?
Oh, maybe they released on you?
Sir.
I'm sorry. Did they release on you or in you?
Sir.
Because you value yourself so highly.
Sir, it really just sounds like you're unhappy in your marriage or something.
It does sound like that? 20 years married sounds like unhappy?
That's the only reasonable explanation for
11 people injecting inside of you or on you sounds unhappy to me. The people that I find that do that are usually people that live in the streets that have to denigrate themselves to prostitution in order to make money.
Okay. So
I'm really happy.
All right. So anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, are you here to have a debate, or are you here to...
Yeah, totally.
Okay, great.
You haven't debated one of my points yet.
You haven't made a point aside from speculating about my... I said you've slept with 11 people and you're 20 years old already. What kind of judgment do you have? That's not a point. That's just
it is. I know, it's a horrible fact.
Stating a fact is not an argument.
Yeah, that's a horrible fact. How many is that a year? When did you start?
I'm not gonna keep answering questions about.
But it doesn't matter. Remember, how many? Your body count doesn't matter, so you should have no qualms about telling us.
We're supposed to be arguing. Also,
if body count doesn't matter, why are you apprehensive of telling me when you started?
I already told you.
It doesn't matter. Remember.
I'm not telling you because you're creepy.
I'm creepy, but you're going to talk to the other 260 people in here.
How is that?
Right? You know, there's 263 people in here besides me, right?
What connection did you just make?
You know how the internet works?
What was the connection you just made?
TikTok Live is not actually the best place for a private conversation.
It's not. This isn't about privacy. You're
right.
Weird.
So how many people? When did you start sleeping with people? How old were you?
Oh my God, you're weird. Ew.
Oh, what? No, it's not. It's not a problem.
You're so weird. Gross. You're so weird. Ew. That's gross. Thank you for the Venmo, Dylan. Yeah, I saw it. I just wanted to see how far he was gonna take it, and apparently he has a wife and he's asking me about how many people I've slept with, which is really weird. Emily, it's not even about like the number being a lot, because again, I don't care. I don't. And I also have answered when I started sleeping with people before, but it's the fact that he's asking me that on a live. That's really, really odd. Like, the answer is 18, but why do you want to know? That's really, really weird.
To control the fear.
Hello? Hi.
What's up?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay. Do you think body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah, so the only thing that, the only statement, I honestly have to say, let me pause this too, is just, in your opinion, do you feel that men and women are different?
I think they're more similar than different, so not really.
Oh, okay, because honestly, the only, like, statement that I had towards this is, like, it's not really a fact, but it's more of just, like, in society, like, in society's stances, I guess I can say, like, men and women just hold different, I'm sorry, I'm not the best with my words, that's why I just kind of had, like, one thought. I want to see what you have to say about it, but just kind of...
It's okay, no worries.
Yeah, I don't know how to word it, but just to kind of try to say what I'm saying, it's just that in society, like, men, you know how they all, like there's, like, gender roles, that's what I want to say, there's, like, gender roles, like, same thing, kind of just, like, with anything in general, so, like, not to, like, it's, like a sad truth that women, face more, just, like, hate for doing the same thing that men do, but I feel like that's also just, like, with, like, things with life in general, like, life isn't honestly fair, and, like, I feel like that's just, like, how it is, like, not, so, like, it's not right, but I feel like that's just how it is, so I don't know if that really agrees with you or still disagrees with you, or I don't know.
Wait, so you think it does matter, but you don't think it should?
Yeah, basically. So I'm
okay,
basically.
So then you agree with me?
Yes. Yeah. Honestly. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Period.
Okay. Yeah. My fault. I know it's for people who are disagreeing, but yeah, I'm glad you get, like, understand that, though, that it is that way, but it shouldn't be that way. But yeah.
Okay. Well, period. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Annie. I love you, Annie. But y'all, please hop in the guest request if you think body count should matter for women but not for men, and also if you're not creepy. I would like for you to have both of those criteria followed. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Hold on 1 second. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Hi. How old are you?
I said I'm 25.
Okay. Do you think body count should matter for women but not for men?
It kind of depends, but really, it's like, all right, so like the other guy was saying before, do you think men and women are different?
Not really, no.
Or you think we're like similar?
I think
I say, do you think men or women are different? Or you think? Okay, so like,
I think
even with me, like,
very
personally,
slim.
if a guy, 1 second.
Can I get 20 and the 2, please?
I got you, man.
Thank you for the cheer you up.
Like if a guy, so. Scratch this one. Scratch.
Oh, right here.
So like, yeah, if a guy, like, if he haven't been with a lot of females and he goes with a female, she cannot tend to like that guy because he doesn't have any sex experience. So it's not always like.
Are you like printing things out or something? Like it sounds like you're at your 9 to 5.
Doing most of the things right now.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, okay.
You heard what I said though?
You said not really, no, because I just hear a bunch
I
of
said
paper
like okay,
moving
so like if
around.
a guy was you listening? Or sorry, you listening now? So it's
No,
like a guy was in a
I was
relationship.
listening the whole time. It's just every time you speak, there's like other things going on, so I can't hear you.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah, better.
Okay, I was saying like so if a guy is like in a relationship with a female, he has a low body count. He has a low body count. He could be in a relationship with that girl, and she would tend not to be attracted to that male because his body count is low, because he don't know how to tend to her sexually. So as far as like a woman, when a woman is having intercourse with a man, she's allowing that man to break her down in certain ways. So you have to know that you have to know what type of guy you're dealing with, because you if a guy is with you and you're having intercourse, you're moaning, am I right or wrong? You're making an ill face like you're just talking about natural. Or you
Break
disagree?
her down?
Is it
What the
in
fuck
formal
does
speaking? I'm
that
saying
mean?
ask questions. Ask the question. It's good to ask the question. It's good to ask the question, meaning like not in a negative way. This is not in negative ways. Okay, I'm saying like when you're more vulnerable in
You're
that
both
sense
being
of
vulnerable. You're naked and your genitalia is out.
Exactly. So you agree. You just
I
said out
think
your mouth
they're
you're
both being vulnerable, yeah. But why is it that she's the one being
right.
broken down? What does that mean?
No, not in a negative. You're just being vulnerable. You're just allowing that other half, just like you said, both to be
Okay,
as one.
so then why
That's
did you
where I'm
say?
coming from. I'm not coming in from
So then why'd you say woman then just
Yeah.
woman? That's why I'm asking.
because because as if you're dealing with, let me see, I'm trying to word it right. I'm trying to leave certain things out of it, like because there's certain it depends. I mean, we're living a guy. I'm not 100% up on it. My research on it. So like, okay, like so, a guy could be he could be. It can be certain guys who are bad. You're listening. Listen, I got you. And they not like they could be aggressive or in a certain way where I'm trying to explain it the right way so I can get you to understand where I'm coming from. They can be a certain way in the bedroom for their woman, for them. How can I say this?
Are you just saying women are submissive and men are dominant?
You kind of in a figure of speech, but you took it. I wanted to break it down so I can get you to understand and not just say it like that. But even though we're both being vulnerable, that man is still a man. You understand what I'm saying? So he's still going to go into his masculinity side, being in when they're having that intercourse, and that woman is feminine. We are different. We are biologically different. We have similar things.
Masculinity and femininity are not biological. These are social constructs.
No, I didn't say they was biological. I said we are different.
Yes.
I'm just at the end of the day,
not every woman is feminine. Not every man is masculine.
Say again. I'm sorry.
Not every woman is feminine, and not every man is masculine. You're making it seem like this. You're making it seem like the woman is being like captured or conquered or something, and it's really odd.
It's not that. That's just the way you looking at it. That's just the way you look at it.
Could you please could you explain further then? Because I'm concerned.
That's just the way you. Okay, if you with that guy who got your back. That's what I'm saying. You with that guy who's, y'all both know y'all 100. Y'all both know y'all. I'm saying like y'all one. Y'all together. Y'all both got the same interest in heart. Y'all not. You both have the same goals. I'm saying upon a scale if like people together and they got the same plans. Not saying things are in between. I'm saying like a perfect couple. We just imagine about and how that body count would matter between them two. Nothing personal. You understand?
Okay, but why should it?
Why? I'm not saying, me personally, I don't think it should matter, but in like I say that in today's society, it does matter. It does matter though. It does. So what?
So you didn't. So you didn't. You.
I see.
So.
So what?
My brother in Christ.
I'm saying.
How did you read?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm saying it doesn't matter. But that way, the world we live in today, so we look at it. That's how the world looks at it. Me personally, I don't believe it should matter. But this is the reasons why.
I know.
How it goes down.
That's why I asked the question. Because it does matter, but it shouldn't. Which is why I use the word should and not does. So why did you come up here to explain to me why it does when that's not the question that I postured?
Because that's what your broadcast is about. What you trying to get to?
That's not what it's about.
There you go.
That's specifically not what it. That's specifically not what it's about. That's like what it, like not at all.
So what you trying to prove on this broadcast?
I'm trying to prove that it should not matter. That it's illogical.
And
that
what did
it
I
does
just say?
matter. You just said it matters, but it shouldn't, which is my view. I'm looking for opposition.
How do I leave this? I don't know how to leave this. You got to kick me out now.
Bro. Off to a fabulous start. Anyway, hello. How old are you?
25.
Okay. Do you think body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yeah, definitely.
And why is that?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's such thing called as wait,
There's such thing called ass?
Yeah, patriarchy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And that is a good thing.
Why?
And because it's a good thing.
Why is that a good thing?
It's a good thing because men are the best. They're more clever, more smart. They're faster. They're stronger. They cook better. I can't think of anything.
I can't tell if you're being for real right now.
Not for real. Men are superior, literally.
Can I have one source that says men are smarter than women?
Can you name me one woman that is smarter than Elon Musk?
Elon Musk is a fucking idiot.
He's not an idiot. Can you bring a rocket to the moon? No.
He's only smart academically.
Okay, so bring me a woman that's
EQ is shit.
Bring me a woman that's smarter than him in his area, in his field.
I don't know much about STEM.
There you go. Bring me a woman
that's not proof.
That's
you
a
said
better
men,
boxer than Mike Tyson.
You said men.
Bring me a woman that's better.
No, you said men are smarter than women. That was an empirical claim. So give me evidence for your empirical claim. And I'm giving you evidence now. That's not evidence.
No. I'm giving you evidence.
Are you saying Elon Musk is the smartest man in the world?
Well, you can't think of any woman smarter than him.
I don't have Rolodexes of people with their
one. Just name one.
I don't know.
See, there you go.
That's not an answer. Also, the people saying IQ instead of EQ, they're both real. IQ is intelligence quotient.
That was for smartness. Now
IQ is intelligence quotient, and EQ is emotional quotient. Thank you very much.
Now we're moving.
No,
to
we're
fitness.
not. We're not moving on.
Who's better than Cristiano Ronaldo?
We're not moving on. We're not moving on. We're not moving on.
One woman.
No, we're not moving on. We're
Cristiano
not moving
Ronaldo.
on. Sir, give me a source that says men are smarter than women. Elon Musk is one person.
This is the source.
That's not how sources work. I'd like a peer-reviewed study.
Everything men do, they're the best at.
I would like a peer-reviewed study, please.
This is a peer-reviewed study.
That is not a peer-reviewed study.
Ronaldo is the best footballer.
That is not a peer-reviewed study.
No woman can beat him. Mike Tyson is the best boxer. Strength.
A peer-reviewed study would be fire.
Running, Usain Bolt. Tell me a woman that runs faster than Usain Bolt. You know what would be fire is
a source. A source would eat down.
A
source would be so fire.
And by the way, Dean sucked so bad in Jubilee. He got fact checked so much. He got fact checked.
We are
his
not
ass,
friends.
bro.
I don't know why you're bringing this up.
Because I know you and Parker. Yeah, you know Parker, you Dean. I know you
I do
guys.
not. I don't talk to Parker or Dean. This is very sad.
Nah, you do. You do a little bit. I saw you in their
don't.
lives sometimes.
I've never spoken to Parker in my life.
Never.
I've spoken
What
to
about
Dean
Dean?
once because he was on
Yeah.
a live with a friend of mine. I have never
There you
been on
go.
his platform in my life.
There you
We are
go.
not
You
friends.
spoke to Dean.
One time
Yeah, there you go.
in
So,
three
but
and a
you
half
saw,
months.
You saw the episode Jubilee. Yeah.
No.
Oh well, he got owned completely. But
Are,
yeah.
are you stating this for like your own ego satiation? Like I
No, because
don't.
Dean is big here, and I thought like you were close to him and so on.
You thought this because
Are you close to Covey?
who?
Covey?
No.
You kind of sound the same, but she sounds more annoying.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, why don't you think it matters more for you know?
I don't think it should. I think it
Well,
does. I don't think it should. Okay,
I think it should.
I'm asking you why.
Wait, you don't think it should, but you think but it does, right?
I think it does. I don't think it should.
Why do you think it does?
Oh, because we see how societally women are treated for having a high body count versus men.
So you think it does,
Yes.
and you think it does for you too.
Well, considering society views me as a woman, yes.
Well, I don't think it should. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think it should too, but it does, right?
Bro, why did you read?
No,
Did you read?
No. Listen.
Did you read?
I think it
You
should.
came up here asking me all these fucking questions and you
No.
ain't even read.
No.
For
no.
real?
Listen.
For real? Dead ass.
I'll tell you why it
Dead
does and why it
ass.
should. No. Listen.
Thank you for the dollar, Patricia, who says this guy has rocks for brains. I concur.
what
I saw
happens
you in my comment section begging to come up here while
look,
another
I know your
guy
body
was
count.
here.
I know your body
and
count. I know your body
yeah, everyone does. I said it out loud.
How does everybody know it? I know it exactly what number it is.
Were you not here when I gave you the number?
No, I can read your mind. It's 11.
Bro, you were in the comment section when I said it out loud. You're not slick. Anyway,
But so what happens is, you know, the PhD value changes.
PhD value?
Yeah.
PhD value?
PhD value down there
PhD
changes.
value?
Yeah, PhD value.
I'm sorry. Do you mind telling me what PhD stands for?
Acidic.
So, can you tell me where the letter A resides in PhD?
The A?
Where is the A in PhD?
PhD. Let me see. D. Acidic. Got D in the middle, so it's D.
Please tell me you're joking.
And there's what was the opposite of acidic? Alkaline, right?
I just want to
Why?
make sure. I just want to make sure you mean PhD.
Why people in the chat writing PH is PhD?
Are you trolling me right now?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. Are you positive?
Yeah. I'm a
PhD is a degree.
No, it's not.
Like a bachelor's and a master's, a PhD, and a doctorate. You're talking
listen,
about
man.
pH balance.
Listen. I know you.
I listened for far too long, and my brain hurt.
I know you Trump supporters think you're smart, but you're not.
Who?
Yeah. You heard me.
Who?
Yeah.
Get off of my platform. Okay. Anyways. Anyways. The fuck? Hello? No, I do not support Trump. No, I do not. Okay, this person is not joining. These Trump supporters. Hello?
Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, do you think body count should matter for women but not for men?
Not really, no. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, great. Well, I'm only looking for opposition.
My bad. I just wanted to come up and say, too, that guy was an idiot.
He had to be kidding, because I refuse to believe that someone is walking out here with that brain. No.
I was on a live last night. It was a political debate live, and last guest said that he really believed that Haitians practice voodoo as a daily I kid you not. I promise you. I tried everything in me not to laugh, but like
I'm deleting my account. Anyway, thank you for coming.
I got you. Thank you so much.
Bye. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Hello?
Hey, thanks. No lie, I don't like ever really pop in live. So when you had pulled me up the first time, it was like unexpected. And the dude before me was that Greg dude, and there was like a lot I had in my head that he was saying things to you that I didn't like. So when you had pulled me up right after him, like my head was like all scrambled. But
that's okay.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
22.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm talking fast. I just didn't want to waste too much of your time.
That's all right.
So friendly argument, you know, I like to play devil's advocate. A better argument I wanted to say was that, I wanted to ask you, so you don't feel that women should hold themselves. Oh.
Did you say devil's advocate?
Yeah. I just meant as a saying, like I like to play like the I like to give the other perspective. Like I like to let people like try to see like you know.
So you don't believe this?
I don't. So that's why I wanted to rethink it, because I felt like I believe it, and this is why I wanted to say I believe it, because I feel as though women are at a higher standard than men, and I feel like even though
why?
Because I feel like naturally, like men, we are the ones, you know, with just the way hormones are and everything, and we just have like more testosterone and everything, we just want to, you know, I don't mean to like sound like animalistic, but hunt you guys down more so, whereas you guys, that's why it is looked at in society more as if you have multiple body counts. It's like looked at as bad compared to a guy, because with a guy it's like, oh, that's just what we do, like we're just going out looking for a woman, whereas with a woman,
I'm sorry, we gotta unpack this real quick. We gotta hunt. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
hunt?
if you want to bring it back to, like let's bring it all the way back.
Do you mind defining the word hunt for me, please?
Okay, hunt. When I use that word hunt, as in looking for something, you're hunting something down. You're looking for something.
Okay, so search and hunt do not have the same implication, bestie.
Okay, I mean it. I don't mean it like in a literal hunt. That's why I said like half joke and half serious. You know what I mean? But
why?
But yeah, just to kind of clear it up, I feel as though men, like just with the way our hormones are and our like body is built, like the way that we're born, like our mentality is just at a different mentality than women are, and that's why it's different. So that's why I feel like it should be held that way, because you guys
different
are
in what
more
way?
different mentally. It's more of a mental thing.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
like mentally in what way? Like what is the distinction?
Mentally, honestly, what the guy was saying is the total opposite. I feel as though because women are smarter and more intelligent, like that's why they're at a higher standard. Then like that's why like me personally, I see women as like queens. So like I'm just gonna give my perspective as a man. My perspective as a man, like being in the world, when I go every day and I see like, you know, all queens are beautiful, but like most women don't go out and like every single king is beautiful because she is, like you said, like you guys are like the carriers, the birth giver. Like I you know, I honestly I look up to women. Like y'all, you're all beautiful. I feel like that's what it is. Like y'all are so beautiful and held a higher standard.
So why would you pass judgment on beings that are more intelligent than you? Like, why do you think that would be okay?
Because
I'm not even appealing to this, but like, why would
y'all should
that?
hold yourselves at a higher standard. You don't.
But how are you telling the more intelligent beings what they should and should not do under your worldview?
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. That was what I had. Yeah. Clip. That was a good statement. That last one. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, I did want to end it by saying that I feel like there really is no like fact answer, but saying that like if like in society, oh, you guys are smarter and better, it's like, wait, why should we be telling you? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, all right. I want to see the next person actually give something because it's a good statement. But yeah.
Well, thank you for coming up, Matt. Bye. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, y'all, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal are in the bio. Follow me if you aren't already. Also, make sure we're tapping that screen. We can get more ops in here for whatever the fuck is going on tonight. Hello, how old are you? Period, queen. Love that for you. Moving on to the next guest. 8 down, devoured. The table, gone. The floor that held the table up, demolished. Hello? Goodbye. Moving on to the next guest. Jack's cleared, it
Hey,
seems.
what's up?
Hi, how old are you?
You dropped me the first time. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Because I couldn't hear you. There was no audio.
Oh, you were talking, so I was just letting you finish whatever you were saying. That's all.
Well, no, I said hello,
Oh, I didn't hear that.
and I
Sorry
got
about
no
that.
response. So I was like, damn,
yeah, I
I.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Well,
It's
I'm
okay,
25.
no worries.
I'm
Okay.
25 years old. Yeah. So,
Do you think body count should matter for women but not for men?
I think it should simply because do you know the effects of can I say semen on here?
Yeah.
You know the semen affects a woman's brain activity, right?
Source, please.
Source. What do you mean
Yes.
source? You can look it
Prove
up.
that
You
claim.
can.
I
gotta
already
look
know
it up.
that's
I
not
really
true.
don't-
Semen only
you don't-
remains in the body for up to 5 days. After that,
That's not true.
It dies. That is
That's not
true.
true. Nah.
Okay, then let
Semen
me
don't die.
let
It
me give
swims.
you the
It
source.
lives.
That do you think semen is immortal?
Yes, it is. So if y'all
So
taking
you
semen
think
from five different guys,
you
I
think
mean,
the cum that's saturated into the socks of many a man across the world is still alive to this day?
It affects women's mood. It has melatonin. It does all type of stuff to women. It does more than just impregnate women. So if you got 5 or 10 different groups of semen, they fighting in your brain. So y'all kind of go crazy after a while.
No.
No, what do you mean no?
Studies have shown that the maximum period your sperm can survive inside your female partner's body is 5 days. This is from Nova IVF Fertility Clinic.
Nova IVF, is that like a feminist semen clinic? Fertility clinic?
You don't know what IVF is?
No, I don't.
It's in
What is
vitro. It's in vitro fertilization. It's
Okay,
what a
got
lot
you.
of
okay. Yeah, I'm with
infertile people use to try and conceive children. It's not
it. Yeah,
feminist.
I don't believe in that, so I don't really
Well, you don't have to believe in it. It exists.
it shouldn't.
Oh, should infertile people just not be able to have kids?
Hey, if God don't want you to have kids, don't force it.
Wow. Okay. If you don't like that, we can also use Mayo Clinic. How long do sperm live after ejaculation? The life of sperm after ejaculation depends on the circumstances, but ejaculated sperm remain viable for several days within the female reproductive tract. Fertilization is possible as long as the sperm remain alive up to 5 days.
That's in the track, right? I'm talking about
like
within
the
the brain.
vagina.
I'm talking about it. Yes, I'm talking about what it does to the brain.
Okay, can I have a source that says sperm affects your brain? Pretty
Right now.
please.
Hold on, let me.
Thank you. I'm the American school system, it fails us every day. Every day when you're walking down the street. Also, if you're back, I cannot hear you. And I say, hey, what a wonderful time today. I think a lot of teachers need their certifications revoked. I got this necklace from Spencer's. This is a garter belt from Shein that just happens to be long enough to put on my neck instead. So I use it as a collar. I don't know the rest of the words. I was clocked. You ordered some garter belts today? I love that for you. I need to get me some too. I need my thigh-high mini skirt garter combo back. Oh, and just like that, he is a runner and a track star simultaneously. He's going to run away when it gets hard. And he did. Although, I don't think it was hard. I think it was quite simple, actually. Hello?
Hi, sorry.
Hi. How
So
old are you?
I think personally women's bodies count shouldn't matter.
Oh, period. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. How old are you?
I am 41.
Per.
So for me, it's more of like, I think we should have the same standards for men as women have for each other and men have for women, I guess you could say. And I think women tend to take sex more seriously. Mentally, we internalize a little bit more than men do. And yes, it's easy for men to go around and hop around with different people. And I think women, in a sense, we, in the equality, I guess you could say, are trying to kind of do the same thing as men, but we should demand that they do the same thing as us. And I guess not be so promiscuous, because I do think women internalize sex more than men do.
Well, I don't know if that's the case, and if it is, I would say that's the result of patriarchy telling men to internalize their feelings. But, like, scientifically speaking anyway, I don't think this is the case. But, if you have something to the contrary, I'd love to see it. But overall, I agree. I am, however, only looking for opposition. And it sounds like you're a very pleasant person, which means you're not opposition.
Okay, sorry.
No worries. But thank you for coming up, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Moving on to the next guest. Alright, holds one. We're schmovin'. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. How old are you?
30.
Okay. Do you think body count should matter for women but not for men?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because I think what that guy was saying about it living in your body, I think what he really meant was a more spiritual thing that you can't prove.
Oh.
With like your 5-day whatever. You know?
Okay, so if it's not something that can be proven, why should I care?
Because it's better to be happy than to be right.
What about this would make me happy? Also, that kind of just sounds like you conceded to being wrong, but happy.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you just said it's better to be happy than right, implying that what I said was right, but it would make me sad, and then what you said is wrong, but it would make you happy.
What I said isn't wrong, but what you said might be right. But the thing about like feminists nowadays is they want to be smart,
Feminists.
and they don't really follow their intuition and their womanly instincts. They're just robotic, and they've lost their intuition, which in turn they're masculine, and they are not happy being in their masculine. They just want to be right.
I'm quite happy actually, but
I don't think
what's
that's true.
wrong with? I mean, you can speculate on how happy I am. That's you're allowed to do that. But like, what does this have to do with body count? Because if you're basing your argument on something that is not provable, there's not really anything for us to discuss.
If you have to go on the internet and ask questions about something that isn't going to have any point to it, you're not happy.
I'm very happy. I ask
just wanna-
questions like this because it affects other people.
You want to
Like
be right.
I'm chilling. I'm very happy in my relationships. I'm vibing, but I care about other women and what they have to endure. So I ask
What-
people why they hold these bigoted views, and then I find out why, and I'm able to deconstruct them or
I
help
know
other women who go through this shit have responses to what bigoted men say to them about their body count. I care about people. It's not about my happiness.
Do you think that there's women out there that that don't agree with you? Because there is.
Yes. That I don't see why that's relevant. Women are allowed to formulate their own opinions in the same way that men can. I don't. That's fine.
Oh, condescending cheering. Like, okay.
That's because we hit a live goal. I didn't do that. You
So
can
you're
blame
trying to tell
TikTok
me-
live for that.
You're trying to tell me that feminists are happy?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, obviously not all of them because that would be impossible. But there
They're-
are definitely happy feminists.
Because what my intuition tells me is that they're angry, which is actually fear. So what are they scared of? They're scared of the truth?
Well, you just presupposed all of that. Like I'm fine. I'm a feminist and I'm quite happy. So I don't see
all
where
I
you're
see
gathering
is,
this
like,
from.
All I see is like condensation, sarcasm. Like if you really want to, a condescending nature. Like that's just
Oh.
how they are. Sarcasm, like robotic nature, like coldness.
Can men
don't
not
really
also be sarcastic or condescending?
Men are only condescending when they are narcissistic or they're really feminine and they're trying to use their sarcasm as a form of like dominance.
Okay. You're just making like blanket claims about feminists. I don't see why any of this would be relevant. As a
Well, no,
feminist, I'm chilling.
I just see like I go to these channels, right? I go to real life and people straight up just say like I hate men. Like if you hate men, that's pretty sad. Like I don't know. Maybe they just hate themselves.
Okay.
There's a reason why
What does
men
that have to do with me though? Or like the live?
well
Like if you don't like
personally-
feminists, that's one thing, but like how is this conducive to the conversation?
because people like you are spreading nonsense and you're trying to make women hate men.
When did I ever say anything indicating that I hate men? Like once. Like can I have a quote or something?
Well, from your condescending tone to your sarcasm to your everything, really.
Okay, so the way that I speak, you just don't fuck with it like that. So you think I hate men.
I think you think you're a fucking genius, and
I definitely
you're not.
don't think that. I'm really not. I'm surrounded by people that are smarter than me every single day, and I love it. I don't see how this is relevant, though.
So you really don't think, you think that body count doesn't matter?
No, I think it does matter. I think it shouldn't matter, which is why there's the word should instead of does.
Well, so you personally think it does? Mm-hmm. Why? What you think
Societally, it matters. It affects people, which means it definitely does matter. It has significance. I just don't think that the way that it matters is helpful to men or women. I think it hurts everyone, which is why I don't think it should matter for anyone.
it matters for women, but it does not matter for men? That is the truth.
Yes, that's not the question that I was asking, though.
It does matter more for women, yes.
That's not the question.
Well, that's what the question is right there.
No, it's not.
Read it.
Where is the word does in the question?
Why should?
Yes.
So why should is does it.
Should and does are not synonyms.
Why should body count matter more? But you just said you agree that it did.
Yes, it does matter. It should not matter.
Okay, so it does.
Yes, but it should not.
Well, that's your opinion, but it does.
Yes, this is a live about people's opinions. That is the point.
But we're getting down to the facts.
And the fact is that it matters, which I already agreed with.
It does. Yes,
right.
that means
That's not the question I'm asking you, though. Is the crazy thing about that?
Well, it is the question you're asking me. That's what it says.
Well, it's not, because the question up there says should.
Should, implying that it already does.
Yes, which is why you don't have to tell me it does. You're like going backward, but I don't need you to tell me it does, because I already agree with you there. The point is you're supposed to be arguing if it should, not if it does, because we already agree with that premise.
Yes,
that it does.
Should, and it does for a reason. So yes, it should.
Okay, so it should because it does. That is your argument.
No, it doesn't should because it does. It should.
Okay, so then why should it?
It
That's
should
what I'm
because
trying to ask you.
It does for a reason.
So it should because it does.
No, it's not should because it does. I'm saying it does because of for reasons.
Yes, lots of things matter for reasons, but how is this relevant? What is the reason that justifies it mattering?
So they don't turn into used up skanks, I guess.
Okay, so used up skank is a term you would use if you already think that it should matter. So this makes your argument circular.
Well,
Why
it does
is being
matter.
a
We've
quote,
already decided that it
right?
does.
Yes, it does. I'm asking you if it should. The language you're using implies that it should. But
Oh,
you're
okay.
not telling
I
me
see.
why, though.
I see what you're
I
saying.
need you to tell me why it should.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, it shouldn't, but it does.
Okay, so then we agree. So what was the point of coming up here to take a fat dump on feminists just existing? Like what was the point? That wasn't even the question that I was asking.
Because women need to accept things. They need to accept things.
It sounds like you're just upset at feminists, and you're allowed to be upset at feminists, but taking that out on me by answering a question I never asked is not helpful to literally anyone.
Sometimes you just have to accept things. That's what you guys have a problem with. You
Why
want people
should
to
I?
accept.
All right, so 3 people sent me $10. Y'all, I know I want to kick them too, but I think this is an important educational moment. If not for him, then for other people in the audience. Why should someone accept oppression?
You are only oppressed if you see yourself as a victim.
That is
You're
not how oppression
You're
works.
already not empowered in the first place.
That is not how oppression works.
It is. You're only oppressed if you see yourself as a victim.
Do you know what oppression means?
Everybody's equal, no matter what your skin color is. If you believe that you are oppressed,
Do you
will
not
be
think
oppressed.
racism exists?
I don't.
Goodbye. I never want to speak to you again. Anyway, moving on. Also, this means that we now have 2 free kicks. So in the event that you guys want someone to be kicked, drop a 1 in the chat. If I see enough 1s in the chat, I will kick that person. We have 2 free kicks. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hello? Junior Daniel. It sounds like you're underwater. No, yeah, Annie, I know. I considered the money pew pew the kick, but I also got a Cash App and a Venmo. Junior Daniel, your reception is painful. Please get that sorted out, respectfully. Moving on to the next guest. Hello?
Hey, how are you?
The next guest. Oh, the echo. Fuck. That's. Oh my god. Ow. Fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like, please no. Re-request. But the echo was painful. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. How old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
2005.
What month?
January.
No. No.
Hello,
In a
hello.
quarter
Can you hear me
mile,
this
turn
time?
right onto Ria Road.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I am. I'm a truck driver. Hands-free set.
At the traffic light.
Cooked 2 times in a row. Crazy work. No.
Oh, I am so sorry. I meant to drop out. I was actually wanted to bring something up. I think they're about the brain and semen thing.
Mm-hmm.
I studied neurogenetics and proteins and how they work in the brain. There is a protein that affects ovulation, and that's like it in all mammals. I think they're conflating those, what they want to believe and what is actually true.
As they do often. But thank you, actually. That's a very useful nugget of information. Thank you for sharing.
I meant to
and
drop
thank you for
this
coming
one.
up. It's okay. No worries. Bye-bye, my love. All right. Moving on to the next guest. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, hi.
Oh, God. Oh,
You were in
God.
such a rush to get me back into your live. You must appreciate our conversations.
Oh, yeah.
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 Also, I know that, yeah, see, there's already ones, like, damn. So, I have a couple of points to make that I think are fairly valid, and we could talk about it. So...
Caro, do the poll, Caro.
Dude,
I don't think you have a whole lot of time.
Can I? All right. Well, so, oh my gosh, bro, like that's so annoying. Like, damn. All right. Well, have you ever noticed that? You know the character Ghostface?
Yes.
Okay. Have you noticed that that character is sexualized by a lot of women?
Uh-huh.
And don't you think that's a little strange, considering like he kills people and like all that type of stuff?
No, actually, I don't.
You don't think that's you think it's normal to?
I don't think it's good. I think it makes sense, though.
Why does it make sense? You think it makes sense to be attracted to a murderer?
I think it makes sense for women to be interested in this because women are raised to tolerate men being violent and to even find violence, which is associated heavily with masculinity, to be attractive. So when they see Ghostface, which is also like mixed with the whole mask kink thing, someone who asserts dominance via schmurdering people.
So I agree with the first part, or I mean, not the first part, the second part. I agree with it's associated with masculinity. That is very true. But the women are used to tolerating it part wouldn't necessarily make them go out of their way to sexualize the character.
Oh no, I said raised to. I think this is a socialization thing. Yeah. Oh, the ones have been sent. The audience has made their decision. One more free kick left, y'all. Hello?
I just want to nut. Oh my god.
Why not do that elsewhere? Like here is probably not the best place to do it. I'll be honest. There are definitely better places to nut. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Where were you born?
2006.
Okay. Wait, what month?
April.
No. 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 Y'all, we don't have any ops in the guest requests. Don't let your attention spans fail us, okay? Stay right here. Tap the fucking screen so we can get some more ops in here. I don't want to see none of y'all leaving, alright? If I have to suffer, we all have to suffer. Okay? Thank you. Hi, Ian. If I have to suffer, we all have to suffer, okay? Thank you very much. Let's set a new live goal. Get the live sent out to more people. If you know any misogynists in your life, direct them over here. Oh, that person did not join. It's getting hot in here. Please keep your clothes on. I am getting so hot. I wanna leave my clothes on. Get a little better. What a little better. Now you just fall out. PhD condensation. Please. Please. But y'all, please hop in the guest requests if you think body count should matter for women but not for men. Thank you, Otto. That's so sweet. Elon Musk, smartest man alive, apparently. Thank you, princess. You guys are so kind. I also just kind of feel like you're just looking at my mommy milkers, which I mean, fair enough, but you guys aren't slick. Y'all some whores in the comments, but also same. Twinsies. Everyone that's in the guest request right now has already been up here. And I'm pretty sure was Purple Stars kicked? Was Purple Stars kicked? Yeah? Okay. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. He said racism wasn't real. True. He did say that. He did say that. Yeah, he did. Oh, wait. What was he kicked with money? Or was he kicked because he said racism isn't real? Because, I mean, both are valid. I'm just wondering. Both? I trust Lainey. She's my OG mod. He got $30, Lamau. Fair enough. Alright. Well, there's no one in the guest request right now. So I think I might switch the topic. So let's do a quick little sum-sum. Straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? I think should I restart or should I just change the background? Put a 1 in the guest request if I should restart. I mean, not in the guest request. A 1 in the chat if I should restart. A 2 if I should just change the background. Alright, I'm seeing mostly 2s. For now, anyway. So let's see if changing the background will work. Enhance. Effects. Boop. Let's talk about lesbians. I love lesbians. Now I really need you guys to share so we can get this live sent out to more people. We need it to be spread to the homophobes, okay? We need the homophobes to see this. The top is from Aerie. It's from the winter collection they had last year. It might be coming back this year. This is I think it's an extra small. To my knowledge. Hello?
Oh, this is the wrong live.
Oh, well, what lie did you want to argue for? Okay, they're teacupping. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that they do not want to be here. Consent is key, and I will respect your consent. Moving on to the next guest. Thank you for the heart me. Hello?
Hey,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Thank you. Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
It's wrong only because a lot of the lesbian, I can say that word?
Yes.
The lesbian?
Yeah.
A lot of the lesbians, they're really baddies. And so that means for the straight people, they taking them from us. And we don't really have an opportunity to have the same share. But that's my take on that. It's not really bad, but it's bad, you know.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
No, I'm being for real. I'm being for real because they got a lot of beautiful lesbians and like we don't never get a shot because they want to, you know, be hogged up with each other and not give the straight people a chance.
And before I respond to this, you're being 100% serious. So when I respond the way that I respond, it's warranted.
Nah, for real. Nah, you can respond.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So, firstly, being lesbian is not a choice. So there's nothing being taken away from you. Speaking of, the implication is when you say that lesbians are taking women away from you, it implies that you have a right to a selection of women, or that women are the property of men to be fucked, which is also gross. And number three, lesbians do not want men. So while this might be a minor inconvenience for you, I don't think that it's appropriate to say that women are being taken from you when they don't want men.
No, I'm also mean the opportunity. That's all. It's a salute to them. It's not really trying to control them, you know, and the people not objects and nothing like that. I'm just saying opportunities to be blessed with their presence. That's all.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming up. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, you have a blessed one.
I think he just farted away. I could be wrong though. Did he just do a little toot? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Hey, I am 32.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
No, I don't think it's wrong. As a guy, I would say a lot of times lesbians tend to kind of want to exclude men, not from their like romantic circles, which is okay. If you're lesbian, of course, you're going to do that. But I also think that there's value in straight men and lesbians having a sort of intimate connection, even if it's not romantic. So that's the only hang up that I have with it sometimes.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by intimate connection? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Something more than friends, but less than partners. Like
So you want to fuck them?
No, I'm not talking about sex at all.
Okay, so what do you mean by more than friends?
Well, I think like when you're friends with someone, there's a certain boundary there, but if you like up that to the level of an intimate connection, then there's a certain higher level of trust and knowing between the two of you. You get where I'm going with that?
Okay, so you don't
Like,
want to be friends, you want to be best friends.
I mean, I think that reduces it, but sure.
Okay, so then if you don't want to be friends, and you don't want to be best friends, usually what comes after best friend is like viewing someone as a brother or a sister or a sibling. Do you want to view them as like your sister?
I mean, I think me personally, I like to have connections with people regardless of their sexuality, right? Like, there's women in my life that I do not have sex with, that I don't have a relationship with, and they're straight women. I don't think I have any lesbian friends, but I consider them, very, very close people that I trust with, some of my deepest thoughts and secrets. Right? You can, yeah. But I think with lesbians, sometimes there's a limit to the friendship that they have with.
Aaron.
Yeah, there's a limit to the friendships that they have with men. And I just would like to see that maybe a little bit more open, which I understand some of it. There's a lot of guys who kind of befriend lesbians just to kind of try to have sex with them. But that's not all guys, I guess.
Okay, well, then what do you mean by lesbians limit their friendships with straight men? Like, do you have, like, an example of this, or?
I mean, it would be hard to come up with an anecdotal example, but...
So then, can I ask how you came to this conclusion in the first place?
Well, it's happened before, but it's been a long time since I actually had a lesbian friend, probably since my early 20s. I'm 32 now, but yeah, somewhere in my early 20s. So, like I said, it's not about the sex or the romance or anything. It's just about there's a limit into how close you can be. And sometimes that's just like, well, I wish it was different.
Okay, so you've made this generalization about how lesbians interact with straight men based off of your own one singular personal experience? Because, like, that one lesbian could have just been a very closed-off individual.
I guess that's true. I guess that's not completely false. It is my own personal experience, but I don't even think it's been with one lesbian. When I was in college, I had a really wide social circle. So it's just been a theme when it comes to lesbian women and straight men.
Well, what kind of relationship do you want with them? Like, did you not feel like you could trust them or something?
No, I think I made that clear when I started. It's like, I just wish there could be some type of, just this intimate friendship. Well, you would want to use friendship.
Yeah, but like,
an intimate relationship.
Okay, but intimate in what way? Because you're not saying romantically intimate. You're not saying sexually intimate. So the only other kinds of intimacy I could assume are emotionally intimate, but you can have that with a friend. So I don't understand.
Right. I mean, we could call it friends, sure, but it's just to that level. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's friends in your life that, I mean, I think we all have friends in our life at different levels of friendship, different levels of connection, different levels of trust, different levels of knowing. You get what I'm going with that? And so it just seems that between straight men and lesbian women, there's a limit to how high that can go or how far it can go. However you want to put it.
By virtue of them being lesbian?
It seems to be, yeah.
Like, what were they not doing that you want them to do?
Listen, I don't want to frame it as in, like, I have a sense of entitlement to it. That's not so much what it is. I just wish it could be different. I'm okay with the way it is. I'm not upset about that. Just wishing that it could be different. It would be nice.
Well, yeah, but different in what way? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're just saying you want it to be more intimate, but what does that look like?
That looks like, being able to trust someone with things that I may not trust someone in a lesser relationship with, right? On a lesser level, I may not trust them with that information about myself, or I may not be as vulnerable with them in conversation or in our dealings together. That type of thing. Like the connection isn't as strong.
So it just sounds like you want a lesbian bestie.
I don't know about want,
that's just kind of,
you know what I'm saying? It's not a sense of entitlement. It's just, it would be cool in my life if that could happen, but it seems like there's something stopping that from happening. And it could be just the actions of, general men that lesbians come in contact with. I understand that, but that's just an unfortunate reality.
Do you think that, I'm gonna move on after this, but do you think that straight women and queer men can have intimate friendships?
Straight women and queer, from what I can see, they seem to do pretty well.
Okay, so what is true of queer men that is not true of lesbians that you think makes friendship with a lesbian as a straight man inherently harder to reach?
That's a good question. I mean, it could just be a cultural difference or a gender difference. I'm not sure. I haven't examined it that deeply. I don't really know. Do you have an answer for that?
Well, I don't think there is. I think straight men are perfectly capable of having very close relationships with lesbians. I find this to be the case especially because they're both attracted to women. Granted, men are usually more objectifying about their attraction, and lesbians tend to call them out on that actually, which is part of what makes them a good pair. But I feel like you just had a personal experience with a lesbian that rubbed you the wrong way, which is fine, and I'm sorry, but I don't think that that has implications on the entire lesbian population.
Okay. I'll take that. It's nice having a conversation with you.
Well, thank you. I was nice having a conversation with you too. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. I find that lesbians and I often share specific areas of interest. I can't tell if you're insinuating something different or not, Aaron. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
23.
Okay, do you think being lesbian is wrong?
Well, according to MayoClinic.org or the NSW Science of Medicine, it shows us that there are higher likelihood of reaching anxiety and depression for people who are lesbians.
And does it say why?
Yeah, for engaging in relationships of being a lesbian.
Can I please have the study that states this?
Yeah, I just gave you. So it's MayoClinic.org and the University of Medicine.
Well, what is the name of the study?
Give me 2 seconds. I'll look at the source, the name of the study.
Okay. Aaron, I know that, and you know that, but we're all going to find out together.
It's called Health Issues for Women Having Intercourse with Other Women.
Health Issues for Women. Is the word intercourse or is it sex?
Oh, it's the exact word.
Okay. Intercourse.
Health issues for lesbians for health issues for lesbians.
Okay. Health issues.
And other women.
Lesbians. And other women who have
sex with other women.
Sex with
women.
And this is Mayo Clinic.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.org.
Let's find it together. And you're talking about depression and anxiety.
Correct. Higher likelihood of reaching anxiety and depression. And then there's another source I can give you that says the same thing to back up this one.
Okay. So this isn't saying why. It's just saying that it is the case.
Correct. For being lesbian.
Right. It doesn't say why though.
Okay, so you want to look at the other one. It does have more details on the circumstances of the case to be.
Sure. What's the other one?
National Institutes of Health.
Okay.
And you want a
What's
title
that one
for it?
called? Yes, please.
Negative and positive factors
Mm-hmm.
associated with the well-being of
Yeah.
all the I guess you can just put LGBTQIA plus questioning youth, and then that's it.
All right, let's see.
And they'll provide you with statistics within each branch of the community and things about it.
Okay, so this is talking about how queer people get treated like shit, which is true. So, yeah,
Right.
I agree. They get treated like shit.
Yeah, so
What is your point?
this is why I was trying to avoid you to get this one anyways, but you weren't even attempting to try the mayoclinic.org.
No, I read it. It just said that they were more likely to experience things like substance
I was
abuse
just-
and depression. And
Yeah,
I
but-
agree, but I was wondering why. And you said that it's because they're lesbian, but it didn't say that. So I wanted reasoning.
Well, I think this is natural induction of just concluding that it would be because they're lesbian. That because of the reason being that they're experiencing higher level of depression, anxiety is because that they're lesbian.
Okay, are black people poor because they're black?
I don't know what you're referring to. People in Africa.
No. People in the U.S. On average, they are more likely to be lower income. Is that because
I don't
they're
know.
black?
I have in my group of friends, most dark-skinned friends are just richer because of their parents.
Okay, you are one person. According to
I have
the
multiple
Census
friends.
Bureau, black people are more likely to experience being in a low-income household. Is it because they're black?
No, but if statistically speaking, then it would be safe for me to assume that like black people are if someone would ask me, the only thing that you have to refer to is that the race of this person is that they're black. Would you say that they're rich or poor? And I would say it's safe to say that I would choose the second thing if I'd have to win $1 million. Is that they're poor?
And
So,
here you're telling me lesbians are depressed, and I agree with you.
Right.
But you're not telling me why. You're just saying it's because they're lesbian. But the
Okay.
study says sexual minority youth experience difficulty in multiple contexts. In families, for example, some LGBTQ youth have described their relationships with parents as distant or strained due to their orientation,
Do you
a
have
fear
children?
of victimization from family members, and a lack of acceptance from socially conservative parents.
Do you have children?
No.
Okay, if you'd be a mother, would you be very interested in to see why it's harming your children, or would you rather keep your children away from the harm?
I would like to know why.
No, let me give you a better example for you to understand before you answer. So, for
Okay.
instance, if you have children who are about to touch the hot stove, would you stop them from touching the hot stove because it'll burn them, or you'll be more interested in what in that flame that causes them to get burnt?
Well, I know the flame is going to cause them to get burned. That's why I'm
Right.
stopping
Period.
them.
Right. Okay. Great. And what I'm saying that it's wrong to be lesbian is because I know that it causes them to be more depressed, rather
Well,
trying to
no.
dig in why it's making them depressed.
Being lesbian is not causing people to be depressed.
No, sorry. Having
Lesbians
sex.
are depressed.
No. Having sex with other women, like I'm saying that it's causing high depression because of women having sex with another woman.
Right, so I'm asking you to cite where it says the sex is causing the depression.
Literally the
Because
first,
this
literally
source-
mayoclinic.org.
That source did not say sex equals depression.
Well, I thought
mean,
the title.
I'll read it out loud if you
I
want.
mean, I thought the title literally said that a lesbian woman having sex with another woman is the title of it. So
It says health issues for lesbians and other
Right.
women who have sex with women. It's not
And then-
saying that this is because they are fucking women. They're saying that this demographic is associated with these things. It does not say why. That is what I'm asking about. Why is this the case? It's just giving me stats. I want to know why these stats are this way.
So okay. Before I try one last time, but let me try giving you another reasoning before I do try attempting to answer your question. Like for instance, right? Like what I'm trying to argue is that now that I know that being lesbian for these women who are sleeping with other women are more depressed, I would just say that it's wrong for me wanting a loved one to be part of a group that are typically more depressed. Like it's not, what I'm saying is that it's less preferred than not being lesbian. because of
you're
the
allowed to
outcome.
prefer
Because of
that.
the outcomes.
You're allowed to prefer that. I would say that considering it's not the fault of being lesbian, that would be kind of illogical.
I
But
think that's irrelevant of whose fault it is. I'm talking about the results of the outcome of being lesbian is higher depression rates.
okay, as long as you hold that to literally any other demographic that's likely to be depressed, then sure.
Right.
Like men are more likely to off themselves in violent ways. Is it wrong to be a man?
I mean, I would say that it's wrong to unalive yourself, but
Is it wrong to be a man, though?
Is it wrong to be a man?
Yeah, men are more likely to off themselves violently. Is it wrong to be a man?
Where did you get that from?
I got you. NIH.
Yeah, but I think then I can just ask you the same thing of correlation versus causation. Just because that they happen to be a man doesn't mean there was a reason
That
why.
is literally the point that I'm making. Word for word, bar for bar.
Okay. So then I guess I'll just pivot back to just trying to answer your question of answering the why. The reason being that why being lesbian would just be wrong for me, for a loved one to be lesbian but that's the thing. Yeah. I would then just say that I guess I'm in the middle of moving. Have you ever seen where in the listing where they say preferred female? Have you ever seen that? It's a very real thing. It literally says preferred only woman. Quite literally, right? The reason being is because women tend to be known.
You concede to your previous point.
No. I'm going back to your previous points before pivoting of when you said, is it wrong to be a man, right? That's where I'm elaborating on. So a lot of times if you will go to an app of listing and it says preferred female, the reason why being that is because that women tend to be more, I guess, quieter, cleaner, perhaps things of those, right? So I would just say in the context, if it's true for that men are more that men. What?
Could you said in apps?
So I'm giving you names of where this is to be seen. That when a listing of an ad, when you're moving such a spare room.
Ad?
Yeah, in an ad of a listing for a room, like if you're moving.
Okay.
And in their requirements, when they say, preferred having this much budget, preferred having this, and it literally says preferred having a female, preferably a female, right? That's the requirements.
Where does this happen?
Anywhere, spare rumors, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, any site that you're trying to move, various places, right? And they're gonna have in the description where they prefer having a female. Excuse the ambulance in the back. Do you hear that?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
I'm from the hood. It's whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's going on. Okay, but anyway, hence why I want to move. Again, so it says that it's preferred female, right? So so what I'm saying here is that, but now in the context of if what you're saying is true, in terms of men are associated with higher likelihood of unaliving themselves, I would then also say that it's more preferred to have a birth of a female, of a woman. Then yes, I would say the same thing. Preferably not having a man, but a woman.
Okay, so you're saying that it would be preferable to give birth to a woman
rather
instead of a man.
Yes, for less likelihood of them unaliving themselves.
Okay, so one very intriguing claim, but number two, that's not the question I'm asking you. I'm asking if it's wrong.
But then it's synonymously that I'm saying that it's less preferable for you being lesbian, because for the results, and it's more preferred for someone being straight.
Because society treats them like shit?
Whatever the case may be.
Okay. So at this point, you would just have to say that no one should have kids for any reason.
Why so?
Because if you compare the intersectional identities of a certain kid to other kids, one of them is bound to be worse off than the other in one way, shape, or form. So eventually, you would find reasoning for none of the kids being alive.
No, but that would just you be arbitrarily choosing it. What in what aspect is that? In what metrics are they like quote unquote less than another? But I was just using the terms of like the particular example you gave of unaliving yourself, right? That's just to show you that when I say that it would be wrong for my loved
This is
ones,
gonna start turning into eugenics, bestie. I don't think we should keep going down this path.
it's gonna end up being a what?
This is gonna end up like going into a eugenics argument. This is
that?
not. What is eugenics?
Yeah.
The idea that we should have that we should restrict the way that people have children, basically selective breeding, to weed out certain genetic traits deemed not preferable.
Right, like genetically engineered.
Not really. You know how like farmers will breed their animals in a certain way so that certain traits will be born into the next generation of cows.
What's your name? So Sam. So exactly. So if I can prove, so if even if it does go into being eugenics, right? So then, so if something is less preferable, then wouldn't you say that it's better to be otherwise to be
Well, I
that
mean,
wrong?
you think this is less preferable. I don't.
So then therefore you think higher rates of anxiety and depression is good?
No, I think it's amoral.
No. I'm not talking about in terms of morality. I'm talking in sense of desire, right? So because I'm saying that I don't value depression, anxiety, that it shouldn't be the case. But whereas you're saying on the opposite, as if it's good, that you would prefer or desire having higher people with higher anxiety and depression.
I don't desire nor not desire. Like if my kid has depression, that's not good.
Cap.
But I wouldn't like selectively breed so my kid didn't have depression.
Even if you could have?
Selectively breed so that my kid wouldn't have depression?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
I wouldn't.
What?
I would not. Why the
You
fuck
let
would I
your
do that?
You would let your child be depressed?
I'm not going to deploy eugenics so my kid doesn't turn out depressed. The fuck kind of question is that?
But there's other ways, right? You can find. Never
What do
mind.
you mean?
I was just asking. I mean, that's what I was just presenting you like a view for why again. But if you just say then, I mean, at the end of the day, what you're saying is that you're okay with higher levels of anxiety and depression in people, and that's good to you, and that's not wrong.
I don't think it's wrong or
so
right.
Can I just
think it's amoral.
I have a last question before I do allow you to let someone else. So I forgot what I was gonna say. So you're saying that it's not wrong for people being more depressed and more anxious.
No.
You don't think that's wrong?
I don't think that's right or wrong. I think it's
Interesting.
amoral.
Interesting. Now, if I'd ask you that you can click a blue button that would cause the world to be a lot less depressed and anxious, and whereas you can click the green button to be more depressed and having anxiety, what button would you click?
Can I just not press any of them?
No, it's an hypothetical where you'd have to choose a button of one over another. If you can choose the blue button where it would choose to decrease the level of anxiety and depression, and would you choose the green button where it would increase the level of anxiety and depression?
Decrease, I guess.
Right. So then, therefore, you do prefer a world where they would be less depressed and less anxious.
Well, when you only give me two worlds, sure, but that's
Okay,
not the
and then
world
in
we
this-
exist in.
Right, but
I asked you if I could opt to not press either button, and you said no. I had no
But
choice
yeah,
but
but
to
whereas
pick one.
whereas in this case, there can be a world with no lesbians, where people would not be more depressed and anxious, and a world with lesbians that would be more depressed.
Right. So you forced me to press a button. In an ideal world, I wouldn't press either button.
Oh, so wait. Okay, actually, wait. So you would choose not to decrease the depression and anxiety by just walking away? I think I would just say
Yes.
that's wrong. But I guess that's where we differ, right? You want to just let the world
Well,
be
it's
more
because
depressed?
People can't consent to that.
People can't consent. No, it's your consent that we were giving to. That
Yeah,
if you,
I can't be the consent for several millions or like a billion people. I'm one person making a decision for every other person with
I get. Are you?
depression.
What are
That's
you? Are
not
you? You're not a
consensual.
utilitarian. I don't know what you are. Are you? What are you? Like a relativist? What are you?
I don't know.
Oh, so I mean, anyways, okay. Well, I mean, again, if you're
the ones in the chat are wild. I have to kiss you goodbye. Bye. We now have no more free kicks, y'all. But I'd like to introduce you to the one, the only, the absolutely unreasonably attractive Aaron.
Oh no.
Hi.
Hi, I was actually just requesting so it would boost the algorithm.
Oh, well, thank you. In that case, I will release you back into the comments if you would like.
Seeing as I'm up here, if you're still listening, Paradox, there's so many problems that you're ignoring that Sam pointed out, and I find it strange that you didn't concede a lot earlier. That's all I'm going to say. Sam, you're doing such a wonderful job. You're an absolute You're an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. I will put you back in the comments, but you are welcome to request.
Does it help if I request? Does it help the algo?
I have no idea.
Oh, is that like a myth?
I mean, usually my viewership's actually pretty terrible. Like in the last month or so. So I'm shocked that this is where I'm at. But
This is a great number.
Agreed. But yeah, I mean, if you want to stay, you're welcome to. It is your choice.
Can I stay and listen for a bit?
Yes, you can.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Hello?
Hello. I was just sitting here laughing, and I really don't mean to be mean to Paradox or anything, but did anyone notice that Paradox created his own paradox? Because statistically, okay, lesbians suffer with depression because they do not get support from their parents. Yet he says he prefers to have a female or girl, yeah, as a daughter. Now, statistically,
I know exactly where this is going.
Right?
I know exactly where this is going.
Okay.
Please eat
That's
it up.
all I wanted to say, girl. You know what I'm saying? And I was dying to say it. I was so dying. I don't want to take up your time, honey. I don't want to take up anyone else's time. But I just needed to get that out because I just thought it was so hilarious.
It was so fucking funny. That, and also, like, women are more likely to experience sexual abuse, and sexual abuse is bad. So we shouldn't have boys or girls. So we should all be celibate and never have children. Period.
100% with you. 100%.
But yeah, thank you for coming up, my love.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Aw, it's so sweet. Okay, moving on to the next guest. Also, y'all, make sure we're tapping that screen. I'm gonna pin the live goal. Oh wow, that echo, it hurts. It hurts. Pain is all I know. It would appear like once again have a shortage of ops. So if y'all could hit this live goal here, that would be excellent. Please do. The people that are in here are either friendlies or a racist. So we're not entertaining that. Speaking of, purple stars, I'm not talking to you. You don't think racism is real? Ew. Disrespectfully. So, yeah. Thank you guys for hitting the live goal. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
Where were you born?
2005.
What month?
February.
Okay. Wait, no, that would make you 19.
Yes,
no, that's not how that. Bestie, you have a calculator in your fingertips. You couldn't have done that math real quick? You couldn't have hit a little 2024 minus 2005 real quick? No? No? Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
It's amazing how many people come up that are exactly 18.
Right? It's so convenient. Every time. It's very, very convenient. Thank you for the rose. Oh, roses. Oh, it's Paradox. Someone said, please never come back. Y'all, I think just for the sake of engagement, I'm gonna change the topic again. Now, this one is a polarizing one, so if you no longer fuck with me after this, I fully respect your decision to dip, but it's gonna get a little ghetto in here. So Just gonna warn you. Just gonna. Yeah. 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 It's gonna get a little ratchet. It's gonna get a little ghetto in here.
Not the comment section heating up.
Thank you for the hat and mustache, Collie. Hello?
Hi. I think it's pretty rude to, like, straight up say that someone else's beliefs aren't true, especially if they aren't harming you.
Oh, well, first of all, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 19. Don't worry.
What year were you born?
What?
What year were you born?
Oh, 2004.
What month?
What?
What month?
Sorry, I'm hard of hearing.
It's okay, no worries.
June. Red month.
How are you 19, born in 04, and your birthday already passed?
Wait, what?
Consult. Anyway, moving swiftly along to the next guest. Crazy work. I always love when people say 2004 because I was born in 04, so it's always very obviously wrong.
Hi.
Hi, how old are you?
I actually don't want to debate this. I'm just saying that I love you so much. And I'm sorry about my stuttering.
Never apologize for your stuttering, darling. You're adorable. But thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
Bye-bye, you too. Alright. Y'all, the only people that are here are people that have been kicked previously, and I must respect the shmoney. So y'all need to do me a favor. Spam the likes now. So we can get some new people in here, okay? Alright? Spam the like button immediately. And also the share button. Quickly. Quickly. With quickness. Alright, let's try and get to 100,000 likes. Exactly, Key. Exactly. Yes, I wasn't paid to get you off. Well, actually, no, that sounds really suspicious. I wasn't paid to kick you technically, but someone already gave me money 3 times. So the audience had a free kick. And the audience deployed that free kick by putting number 1 in the chat. So, technically someone paid me to kick you, but like not directly. Yeah. I know. And you were the last one too. You were the last one. Voted off the island is crazy work. People keep requesting and then leaving. Don't be a coward. Entertain us. Please. Please. And please hop with the S quest if you think the Christian God is real, because I don't. If you want to talk to an atheist, thank you for the high bear. 2, actually. Please hop on the requests.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, how old are you?
Excuse me?
How old are you?
Oh, 39.
Okay, do you think the Christian God is real?
I do.
Why is that?
Well, I study quantum dynamics a lot, and the biggest proof that he's real is the fact that we look at the particles, and when we don't look at them, they jiggle. But when we do look at them, they don't jiggle. And that is proof that God's, making the particles move.
Am I being trolled right now? You're trolling the fuck out of me right now, aren't you?
No, ma'am.
When you say studied, what was it? Quantum dynamics. What does that mean? Studied it. I'm just curious.
Well, I've talked to the Mr. Bits here on TikTok. Mr.
Okay, you're trolling. You got to be. Please tell me.
Hello?
You're joking, right?
Nope, I believe in God, babe. I don't know what y'all are doing here.
I can hear you trying to suppress your laughter, and you're failing miserably.
Hello?
Hello?
All right. The next proof of God.
So why the fuck are you lying to me talking about some fucking jiggling? I know about a jiggle, and it got nothing to do with particles, I'll tell you that much. So why the fuck are we talking about jiggling when we're talking about God? Unless we're talking about Jesus' testicles, in which case I'm sure
another proof, man.
I'm sure the buoyancy of Jesus' testicles is quite remarkable.
Excuse me,
sure.
this isn't funny. I'm not here to mock you. I just want to give you proof that we found the ark. Hello?
Okay. So can I have proof of the ark, please?
They found it on the news. It's on the news, ma'am.
What news source?
Fox News.
Get the fuck. Now you know damn well. Anyway, the fuck.
I'm definitely not putting jiggly quantum into my search engine.
No.
I'm not doing it.
No. That's some Rule 34 type shit. I don't know what that's gonna pop up, and I don't want to know. Hell no. You can keep that.
What jiggles when you watch it? Oh dear lord.
No, literally. Hello.
You know I had to request.
Yeah.
Hi.
Understandably so. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear my fan?
I can't.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Are your brain cells okay? Because mine aren't.
Yeah. No, not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But yeah, I am only looking for opposition. But do you have something that you wanted to say, my love?
I am a physician. I do believe in God.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
That was your last time we did this topic.
I see. I was confusing you with someone else because your profile picture. But do you think the Christian God is real?
Yes.
Why is that?
I grew up in a Christian home. I grew up going to church regularly. I had my ups and downs with, Christianity. There was a moment in my life where I just put out Christian just took it on my life completely, as I didn't have faith. I just didn't want to be associated with it anymore.
Okay.
But let's just say times got hard and I resorted back to Christianity, and now I'm back at a good point in my life. So
When you leave the app, I cannot hear you.
You can't?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm going down.
Okay. No worries. I got you.
Did you kick me? I don't know how to leave.
I got you, Asai. Okay. Bye-bye. Alright. I can't tell if this person is op or not, because I see the trans flag, but we shall see. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 27. I'm not an op. I apologize.
I was gonna say, I see you in the comments all the time. There's no way now.
Yeah. I was gonna see if you wanted to see one of my snakes, but I know that's definitely off topic.
If you can make it quick.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yay! I think this is very on topic because of the Book of Genesis. So if anything, me reaching is enough.
So this is orange juice.
Orange juice!
She's looking at me.
She's the cutest thing the world has ever seen! Oh my gosh! Look at her with a face! Wait, where did you get a snake from?
So there's sites that you can buy snakes and such, like Morph Market, that has a bunch of sellers on it, breeders and stuff. But she is my actual third snake. I actually have 3.
She's so cute! Thank you for the much needed break. Thank you for the love paint.
No problem.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, darling.
You too.
Bye-bye. That's the cutest snake I've ever seen in my fucking life. Thank you for the heart me. Also, I saw some people in the comment section calling me a demon, which is fitting because my name on Instagram is Succubus. So I take that as a compliment. However, if you think I shouldn't take that as a compliment, hop in the guest request. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna set another live goal, mayhaps. It's one. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, what year were you born?
2006.
Alright, do you think the Christian God is real?
I do.
And why is that?
Because I believe that everything in this world has been created so specifically for everything to go together, and I don't feel like that would be possible just by coincidence.
Okay, so this would be God of the Gaps fallacy. So how can you prove that if there is a creator, that the creator is the Christian God?
I believe that personally, that since God, I'm calling him God for this scenario, if he created something, that he's called the Christian God because that's what he asked us to call him. If that makes any sense.
I'm not quite sure I'm following. Like, what do you mean he asked us to call him that?
What part do you not understand? I'm sorry.
You said that he asked us to call him that? But there are a bunch of other religions that don't call him that and also attribute completely different characteristics than the one in the Christian faith. So, what do you mean?
I personally believe in the God in Christianity. So, God.
Yes, but like, why?
The reason being is that the Bible states things that I personally believe with my belief system. So, the God that I chose to believe in is the Christian God.
Okay, but there are other religions that state that believing in them is what you should do instead. So I'm asking, why is it Christianity that you believe? Okay, and they're gone. All right. Oh, wait, Aaron's gone. Aaron, what happened? But hi. Why is it the Christian God specifically that you think is the true one? Because if you're saying it's because of the Bible, that's a circular argument.
Okay. Because the other religions that I do not believe in don't have the same beliefs as me personally. Like, some of them are really harsh, saying that you need to crucify people if they do something wrong, you need to judge people, and I don't personally believe that. So I believe in the Christian God.
Okay, so what about that one dude that was stoned because he picked up sticks on the Sabbath?
That was a specific case.
Okay. But do you think that's okay?
I personally believe in this day and age that that's not okay. But in that context, it was appropriate.
But you said that other religious texts say that you can do really harsh things for punishments that are not equal. I mean, for actions that are not equal. But the same thing is said in the Bible.
Right, but then the Bible is split up into two texts, the Old Testament and the New Testament. And the Old Testament is old raw laws. I have dyslexia, sorry. And regulations that are not used today. And the New Testament are the new laws that we're supposed to use every single day in our lives. And a lot of things in the Old Testament are really harsh due to the fact that it was usually Judaism that they were talking about.
Okay, so is God changing?
No.
Okay, so then what he stated in the Old Testament would still remain true.
Right, but then that was due to the time he wanted us to have stronger rules and regulations for the time being.
Interesting. So Do you not follow the 10 Commandments then?
That was technically written in the Old Testament, but he has explicitly stated, he meaning God, by the way, explicitly stated in the Bible, well, told people to write things for him in the Bible that explicitly state that you're supposed to follow those commandments to this day. Thank you for all the gifts.
So everything but that. So you just ignore everything but the 10 Commandments.
Well,
in
no,
the
not
Old
necessarily. It's just that the New Testament tells us to go back to those 10 rules and to follow them today.
Okay. Can I ask where in the Bible it says that these rules no longer apply to you?
Okay, just hold on one second. Can I get a source?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Romans 7 verse 6 says, this verse speaks about being released from the law and serving in a new way of the Spirit.
Okay. So Romans, what's the verse?
7:6.
Okay. And is there a particular version of the Bible you like to follow?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay. Let's go to read full chapter. So my brothers and sisters, you also died to the law through the body of Christ, that you might belong to another, to him who was raised from the dead, in order that we might bear fruit for God. For when we were in the realm of the flesh, the sinful passions aroused by the law were at work for us, so that we bore fruit for death. But now, by dying to what once bound us, we have been released from the law so that we serve in the new way of the Spirit, and not in the old way of the written code. So where in the New Testament does it say that you still follow the 10 Commandments, but just not anything else?
Hold on one second.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure... Hold on.
May I?
Yes, of course.
Hello. Sorry, I'm Aaron from Velocity. I was just wondering, are you referring to Matthew 5:17 to 20?
I'm referring to a lot of places in the New Testament, but that might be one of them.
Could you please look up, or I could do it for you if you like, Matthew 5:17 to 20? Or I'll just do 5:17 to 18.
5:17 what?
That's okay, I can read it.
5:17 to 18. Let's go with that.
Do not think that I have come to abolish the law, the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not an iota, not a dot, will pass from the law until all is accomplished. Therefore, whoever relaxes one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does them and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven.
So that doesn't just apply to the 10 Commandments, that applies to the law of Moses and the writings of all the prophets.
So the thing about the New Testament is they keep on referring to the law, and when they refer to the law, it usually means to the 10 Commandments.
Okay.
But what about when they say the writings of all prophets?
Where does it say that?
It says, abolish the law or the prophets.
Can I get it in the full context?
Apologies, I've got the New Living Translation up. I might have a slightly different translation.
That's okay, no worries. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not an iota, not a dot will pass from the law until all is accomplished. Now, I'm not saying that what you said does not exist in the Bible. It does. But that would just mean there's a contradiction, and contradictions can exist.
Right.
So
I'm not entirely fully educated on the Bible and what it states and like whatever, but I just wanted to point that out.
okay, well, pointing that out is okay. However, if what you said is true and what this says is also true, then the Bible contains a contradiction.
He meaning my God, was probably specifically talking about a specific prophecy that was stated in the past.
But it
I'm
just
not
says the
quite sure.
prophets, like capital P prophets.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Also, I just wanted to add something to what I said. So I was reading from the New Living Translation, which is quite a well sort of, in the Christian scholar community, well sort of supported translation interpretation. And they say, I did not come to abolish the law of Moses or writings of the prophets. No, I came to accomplish their purpose, etc. So yeah, that's just so you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I'm reading the English Standard Version, which is basically the same.
All really valid.
By the way, when you're done with this section, is it okay if I ask a question to Velocity afterwards?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know if you're asking me or Velocity.
I'm asking you, is it okay to pose the questions? I don't want to step
You're
on
my
your toes.
co-host, dum-dum, of course.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Thank you.
Not gonna be like, how dare you ask the person a question. No. And besides, your input is always very, very valuable anyway. In the meantime, y'all, tap the screen. Also, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal are in the bio. Follow Aaron, unless you're lame, because who wouldn't want to listen to that voice? You're fucking kidding me. But Aaron said he had a question for you, Velocity.
Okay, sounds nice.
Sorry, I'll save it for after you've done this section because it's about something you said earlier.
Oh, okay. It's not that there's argumentation. It's just like, if there's a contradiction in the Bible and contradictions can't exist, then how could the Bible be accurate?
You have to remember, the Bible was translated over thousands of years. There's going to be a few contradictions in the English language.
Okay, so then should we just accept what's in the Bible and then just be like, well, there are contradictions here, but like, fuck it.
Not really necessarily. We need to take the context of the situation and the time that it was written and different translations. I'm not saying what you said was incorrect or what I said was incorrect. I'm just saying that's another thing to put in perspective.
Okay, so then how would we know what is and is not valid to follow in the Bible then? Because then that just sounds like it makes what is in the Bible unreliable.
By fact checking.
Okay. So where would we fact check this? Michelle, I love you and your wife more. Mwah.
Looking at a lot of translations of the Bible could be beneficial.
Okay. Is there a particular translation that I should be looking at?
No, I'm not saying specifically that what you said is incorrect. I believe that part is definitely incorrect in the Bible. I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that non-believers of my religion, obviously, say that the Bible contradicts. And I am just like, hold on, let's wait a second. The Bible has been translated over thousands of years. That's why I don't believe the homosexuality and the homophobia in Christianity and stuff like that. I know it's been mistranslated multiple times.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, Aaron, if you want to ask your question.
Oh, now I have a new one, but but okay. So
Fair.
I guess I'll start with. You said you looked around at the world and you decided that there's a creator because you said it can't be a coincidence.
Correct.
So
I think I have a time limit.
Oh, you do? Okay, I'll be quick. What is?
Oh, I think they just mean someone put a timer on you. I think mods are saying that the conversation is lagging. I mean dragging. So, I'll try ending soon, but go ahead.
All right, I'll be super quick. Okay, so what's wrong with it being a coincidence, I guess, for starters? And also, what does a coincidence mean to you, just out of curiosity, when you think about what a coincidence actually is?
Okay. Maybe something like two atoms colliding together and making a Big Bang.
Oh, that's not how the Big Bang happened.
There was no atoms, but if we just think of, let's say, it takes something that's really unlikely to happen, right? You could put any large number to that because we're talking about before our concept of time even exists. So you're talking about trillions of billions of gazillions of, there are no even words to describe how long a time this is. So for something like this to happen by coincidence isn't out of the realms of possibility. Okay, it could just be a big old coincidence. Secondly, I'd say, when you define what a coincidence is, are you including things like the laws of nature as we know them?
Not necessarily, because I believe that my creator / God has made it, so therefore it's not a coincidence. He made it specific.
Okay, so then where'd God come from?
Right. That's an argument that I hear a lot from non-believers, and I really do not know how to answer that question whatsoever. Because God doesn't really run on time. He just created it. He runs on an infinite.
Okay, so you're saying God is eternal. So why can the universe not also be eternal?
I believe in some way the universe is eternal because God was always there. So there was already something.
Interesting. By the way, just for background, I do believe in a sort of, almost nearly kind of God, maybe something more akin to Mother Nature, but I just don't believe in the Christian God because I just don't see any evidence from the text that would lead me to believe this is real. I mean, some of the things you pointed out, you said that it's been translated many times over the years. To me, that's a point in the maybe we shouldn't trust this book column. And it's very dangerous when you leave things like this up to personal interpretation because people can take this information and sort of twist it into whatever their purpose is. So if there isn't a sort of universally agreed understanding of what these things mean, then it can be used for good or evil. It could be like a hammer. A hammer could be used to build a house, or it could be used to bludgeon your neighbor. I mean, it's actually, I think it just makes it a very dangerous thing, which is why I personally don't support the Christian God or the Bible anymore. And I was raised Catholic, just for a little background.
So that's your main reason for not believing in the Christian God?
Yeah, the fact that there's no convincing evidence.
There's no evidence, or the fact that there's contradictions?
Honestly, take your pick, but the fact that there's no evidence mainly is my main reason. All I'm doing is believing a book that says this is real. Why? Because the book says it's real. But why is the book real? Because the book says book is real.
Oh my gosh, apparently there was a jellyfish and I missed it. I'm sorry. Thank you for the jellyfish. But also I agree, Aaron. I think it's both, but it's the evidence part that catches me up more.
Right.
Same.
Okay, that's fair enough for sure. So you believe, I'm asking this to Sam too, that there's a higher being, right?
I think that there's a possibility of a higher being. I'm an agnostic atheist. I haven't seen evidence for any particular God that we depict on Earth. I think that logically, it is possible that there is a higher being. I don't think that higher being is Christian God, though.
And why is that, may I ask?
Because there's a lack of evidence and also the contradiction in the Bible.
a lack of evidence that there's a higher being, or a lack of evidence that there's contradictions in the Bible?
A lack of evidence for this particular God being real.
Yeah, same.
The thing is that in a lot of religions, like Muslim, like, what's the proper term? Islam?
Islam.
Okay, like Islam and, for example, I'm so sorry, I'm getting this off the top of my head. Judaism, that's the one.
Cool.
And other religions that I don't really remember currently, they believe in the same God, just not in the same values and the Bible. So I'm just wondering what type of higher being, quote unquote, that you believe in. If you know, it's okay if you don't.
So I think what you're trying to refer to there is the Abrahamic God. Is that correct? Which is the one that Judaism, Christianity, and Islam refer to.
Correct.
Okay, those are like three relatively recent religions. There are lots of older religions. Look up Zoroastrianism, and they actually have lots of similar stories in their texts that you'll find in the Bible, including some of the stories of Jesus' life that are eerily similar to certain characters in their books. So things like that lead me to believe that the book itself is problematic. Therefore, I do not believe in the Christian God. Then there's endless evidence like that. However, if you're asking me, because I don't believe Sam has said that they believe in a particular higher power. It was just, all I said was I sort of believe in something and I'm not sure what it is. And that's more of a feeling. And if I'm being intellectually honest, my feelings are biased and definitely subject to influence and being wrong. So if I'm putting on my honest scientist hat, there is no evidence for it. Which hurts a bit, if I'm being honest, but it's the truth.
Why do you believe there's no evidence?
It's not why do I believe there's no evidence. There is no evidence for me to believe in. There has to be something for me to positively affirm in. So if you can present me with some evidence, I will take a look at it and consider it.
Okay. What would there not be evidence of?
That this is millions of things, anything. There's not evidence of, like, I don't know, fairies or unicorns and things like that. And they're much easier to believe than what's in the Bible. But
okay. Can I take that claim for a second?
Sure.
Let's just use this as an example. It's not a serious debate or whatever. I just want to see something. So you say that fairies are more believable than Christian God, correct?
Let's go with unicorns, because I don't know enough about fairies. But unicorns are just horses with horns on.
Why do you believe that?
Why do I believe what? I don't. I'm saying they're easier to believe than they're less fantastic.
Why do you believe that it's a little bit easier to believe than in a Christian God?
Because it's far less fantastic than what happens in the Bible.
Because the claims in the Bible are way too drastic, correct?
More fantastic, more fanciful.
Okay.
I mean, a horse with a horn on its head, that's not the craziest thing I've ever heard of.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But then there's no evidence that you see on an everyday basis of unicorns existing. There's no I
agree. Same with Christianity.
Right.
No, yeah, Aaron's not saying that they're real. They're saying that it's more plausible that a unicorn is real than a god is real. Not that either of them are real.
No, right, I understand. But what I'm saying is I believe that there's way more evidence, if you're a believer or not, that there is, let's say, a higher being for this example, and I know that you believe that kind of, than in unicorns, because you see everything in everyday life and it's also orchestrated to the point where you feel like it cannot be like a coincidence, that there has to be some evidence that somebody made it in some way.
It does feel orchestrated because of the world we live in. We've grown up in a world of engineers where if we see a watch, we know that it's made by a man. Because I know lots of people like to defer to the watchmaker theory. But when you think about the actual nature of existence, there's no reason for there to be a creator.
Okay. I have another question then.
Sure.
How do you believe there wouldn't be a creator?
I don't know. And that's another beautiful thing about not sort of having a religious outlook is I don't need to have an answer.
Yeah, the claim that God is real is a positive claim. Our lack of belief in him is a negative claim. So the burden of proof would fall on the person trying to prove that it's real.
And I'll happily say I don't know what created life as we know it.
Okay.
Not happily, obviously I want to know, everybody wants to know, but you know.
Okay.
So that's just me, by the way. I'm not anti-religious, by the way. I'm just being sort of intellectually honest at the moment.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thank you for being here.
Total sense. But thank you so much for having me. This was an amazing debate. It was really respectful. We came to like chill and whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Lovely conversation. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I think I saw AG in the chat.
There was AG here. Tashika is here now. Period.
Oh, wow. What a fantastic group of people.
Also, hi, Tashika. Let me hit. Please, let me hit. Okay. Hi, how old are you?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm 22.
Okay. Do you think the Christian God is real?
Sorry?
Do you think the Christian God is real?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Can
why
I
is that?
explain why?
Sure.
All right.
But before you continue, no personal experience. Please.
No personal experience. Don't worry about that. All right. So just by looking at the universe and the fact that if, for example, the sun was closer to Earth, we would burn, and how like everything is calculated in a way that we can survive on Earth shows the existence of a God. Maybe not, you may not think it's a God, but a higher power. So that already eliminates the fact that all of this just happened out of nowhere. The fact that we are beings that can react to certain surroundings, that we have feelings and emotions, shows that there's a creator. Like all of these things that we see and feel and touch, all of these things show that there is someone. Well, I don't know if you would call it someone, but yeah, a higher power basically. And
why would the higher power make it so that this sun that gives us life also gives us skin cancer?
That is a very beautiful question. So I don't know if you're okay with me being biblical about this.
I mean, it's fine, but if you use the Bible, you have to prove the Bible is true to begin with. I mean, you can reference it for like points, but if the point is like a claim that the Bible makes, you have to prove that claim to be true first.
All right, okay. So I cannot prove to you that God literally said the things that are written in the Bible, but I can, well, historically, it has been proven that Jesus Christ walked on earth. There is proof of, through eyewitnesses, that he existed. For example, I cannot prove to you that George Washington existed, but through eyewitnesses and historical, well, I wouldn't also give you his medical records, but you can tell by the eyewitnesses that he was alive. He did speak, he did become president. So Jesus Christ walked on earth and he sent messages. He spoke to many people. And the things that are written in the Bible can be proven historically by science, textbooks, or whatever you want to call it. And the Bible was written in Amharic, Greek, and Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken, originally. So it was translated in many languages so that the word of God could be passed on everywhere. So I cannot prove it to you, but there is proof that, how can I explain it? Like that points out to the God of Christianity being real.
Well, as far as how many times it's been translated, I mean, it's a popular book. Like it's definitely a global bestseller, but that doesn't mean that what's inside the book is true. Also, Jesus being a real person doesn't mean that he was also the supernatural Son of God. That's the part that we need proof for.
Well, if he made miracles, then I'm pretty sure that makes him stand out. Right?
Where's the proof of the miracles?
Eyewitnesses. Where's the proof that George Washington was actually president?
We have his writings, like from his handwriting, and we also have accounts of other people. Do you want me to pull up the documents?
for example, how would you know that he's the one who wrote it? Because you were not there in the room with him, but through other people who showed it to you, you believed that those were his writings. I could also say that Jesus Christ used his followers to write it for him. For example, Matthew, he used to speak to Matthew and tell him what to write. Therefore,
sure, but that doesn't make him the supernatural son of God, though. Like, I'm not saying Jesus didn't exist. In the same way, I'm not saying George Washington didn't exist, but I'm not claiming that George Washington could turn water to wine.
Well, eyewitnesses claimed he did because they saw it.
Okay, if eyewitnesses claim to have seen the Hindu god, would that make it true?
Well, yeah, if they did see him there, if that's what they saw, then that could make it true. It makes it possible that the Hindu gods are real.
Possible and true are not the same, but also if you believe in God, then saying there's a possibility that other gods exist is blasphemous.
I mean, could you please repeat that? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
No worries. I'm just saying that, one, if you think there's a possibility of other gods and you yourself are a Christian, saying that out loud is blasphemous.
Well, it is not blasphemy. I do believe that there's only one God, and I'm saying that if they were real, then they would be considered a higher power as well. But I do not believe that they're God. That's where I would be. That's where I would be saying that there's another God. But no, I did not say that. So, can I ask you a question, if you don't mind? It's about you not wanting personal experiences, not mine personally, but many people across the world have felt supernatural things, and that includes, for example, speaking in tongues, falling under the anointing, having dreams that actually come true. All these things, how can you explain them if you don't want to, accept the possibility of them?
Well, number one, when it comes to experiencing supernatural things, we could chalk this up to hyperactivity in the right temporal lobe. And also, like, a bunch of other things can cause you to feel certain sensations that seem like supernatural abilities, like being dehydrated, being tired, being stressed out, things of that nature. I've grown up in the Baptist church. I've watched these so-called spiritual awakenings or catching the Holy Ghost or speaking in tongues. I don't think that these are spiritual experiences. It's more likely that the church is somewhere where people feel community and they are allowed to be more open and excited and express love. So when you're in that environment, you feel more inclined to just allow the Holy Ghost to take over, when really you're just enjoying yourself. You're just having a good time. I haven't seen evidence for any of these to actually be spiritual. The reason why I don't take anecdotes here, though, is one, I can't prove that people aren't lying to my face. And two, because they're naturalistic explanations for what these could be.
I understand that, and I also used to think the same way, but for me, I thought that people were generally just faking it out of boredom or something like that. But I have seen, well, with my own eyes, people who, for example, you mentioned cancer, had breast cancer, and then they prayed and they were prayed over, and all of us, like, I'm not even kidding, they showed us medical records of them having no lumps in their breast. So that made me think twice before I completely shut down the idea of a supernatural, like, power from heaven.
So for all the people that prayed their cancer away and it didn't go away and it killed them, like, did they just not pray hard enough?
Well, that's where we go wrong, by thinking that God is the one who brings evil into the world.
But he did.
Well, he didn't. He created beings and he gave them free will. So those people that he created, he did not want to force them to do things. He wanted to create fellowship between them. And what the people did is they allowed sin to enter the world. That means that for example, and I think you've heard the story of Adam and Eve, they could have decided not to by obeying God. That means that when we don't obey God, we allow sin to enter our lives. And that sin can be tracked down all the way to our ancestors, which creates us to also, I don't know how to explain it, but we also have that, like those, I don't know how to explain it.
It's called original sin. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means that we were all born with that.
There are three things here. One, Isaiah 45:7, God literally says he created evil. Number two, God is all knowing. So before he even created Adam and Eve, he knew they were going to fall.
Exactly.
And number three, what's it called? Do other people deserve to suffer because two people a few thousand years ago made a mistake?
Very good question. No, people do not deserve to suffer for other people's mistakes. But
so then why would an all good God do that?
But he's not the one who did that. That's the thing. So if Adam and Eve sin, their kids sin, and their kids sin, that means that the whole generation is sinning. They're being disobedient to their father. That means that God is telling you, come to me and I will show you a better way. But you say, no, I want to do it my way. And there are consequences to the actions. For example, when sin entered the world, the wages of sin was death. That means that we were all headed for destruction, which is why God, who loved the world, gave his only son to come and die for us, which means he will become sin himself and then die. And then whoever believes in him will gain eternal life and we will not die.
So kids get cancer because of the consequences of sin.
Exactly. Actually, yeah.
And that's just to you.
It is not. Well, it's not just to me, and I don't think I'm in a position to say what is just or not. But of course, nobody deserves to have cancer. But this is just a cause and effect situation.
Why would God create Adam and Eve if he knew they were going to sin?
Because he wanted to create something that he loves, and he wanted to give it free will. Would you have preferred if God created and then controlled everything?
Well, God has free will, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he is God.
Okay, and the people in heaven have free will, don't they?
Not the angels.
Okay, so the angels have no free will, so they're just like drones.
They have to obey to whatever command he makes, and they have to protect us.
Or what?
Well, we will judge them when we go to heaven.
No, well, I'm just saying there was a fallen angel once, wasn't there?
Many.
Okay, so let's take Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the difference between that angel not having free will, but somehow still disobeying God and then getting punished for it. And it's the same with us, because that fruit tree sounds a little bit like entrapment. like I made this man and woman because I love them, but I'm going to put them right next to this tree that if they bite, it's going to fuck everything up for them. And
for
his little
everyone
snake,
else for the rest of eternity.
and for everyone else, and all their kids who did nothing are also going to wake up and be born with the sin of this apple. It just sounds bonkers to me. It doesn't sound very fair or good. It doesn't sound good, you know?
Well, I understand that, but why aren't we taking... well, I know that you and I did not sin. We're not the ones who were in the Garden of Eden, but it's like we have completely forgotten the part where they were disobedient to God. God created, that means that he put things where they needed to be. And he said, you have access to everything, but don't eat of this tree. He knew that there would be consequences to that, to their actions of them eating from the tree.
But who made our nature?
But he knew they were gonna eat it. Like, it wasn't a test.
Exactly.
You don't test things that you know the results of. He already knew they were gonna sin before he even made them.
Exactly, but that was not the point of creating them.
So the point of creating them was like to just watch the suffering instead of just like having it conceptualized?
No, actually, because God wants to give us life. And that's why he gave them, they say that the Garden of Eden was beautiful beyond anything that we can imagine. He gave them everything. They were naked and not ashamed. That means that they were happy. But when they stepped out of that obedience to God, that's when the consequences came onto earth, and
But
they were
he
subjected.
knew that was gonna happen already.
So
he did
what would
not
you
have to
prefer
make
he
them.
did? Ended the world?
I would have. Well, he wouldn't have ended the world if he just didn't make it that way in the first place. It would have been fine. If God has free will and He's all good, then we can also have free will and be all good.
We have free will, and well, what do you mean we can be all good?
Like we don't have to hurt each other. Like that's not something we have to have the that wasn't a requirement. Like why would God give us the ability to grape people, for example? We didn't have to be born with that ability.
So first of all, the thing that we don't understand is that God created good. He's unable to do evil.
He literally made evil.
Well, he made an angel who decided to turn his back on him. That's what happened. It's not like he created Satan just so that he could tempt people.
That's literally what he did. That's literally like bar for bar what he did.
That means no, it is not, because nowhere in the Bible does it say that God created Satan to do evil, like just for that purpose. It says that Satan wanted to be like God. He wanted to be above him and turn his back on him, and found a way to turn a third of the angels against God, and God kicked them out of heaven.
Is God all-knowing?
Yes, he is.
So God created Satan knowing that he would fall and cause calamity. Why would he do that?
Exactly. And he also created us knowing and hoping that we would obey him.
Well, he doesn't have to hope anything. He knows everything. There is no hoping. There is no testing. He knows every move we're going to make.
As God, he created us and he wanted us to follow him. And many people follow him. Some
but
fall.
He knows who's going to follow him before we're even born. Because he knows literally everything. There is no test.
And he wants them, even in their sin, to follow him. That's the thing. He wants to transform even those who do evil. He loves everybody.
So I just want to recap. So God created, and he did create evil. Isaiah 45:7, I, the Lord, create peace and I create evil. I create light, I create darkness. He literally said he made evil. But even if we move past that, he created a being that he knew was going to fall and cause suffering, but he created them anyway. And the reason is because he wants people to pick him. So God is so selfish that he made someone he knew was going to cause suffering to billions of people later down the line who had nothing to do with Adam and Eve, and he did it because he wants glory. And that's an all good God to you.
Well, that is not even close to how
Someone in the comments said that makes God look like a pygmy.
Dead ass.
But that is not even how he sees it. His creation, he loves it, but he does not want to control it. That means that if we go against him, he will let us, but the consequences will come. And you saying we have nothing to do with Adam and Eve, they're our ancestors at the end of the day. And that sin kept flowing through the generations and generations up until now. We're still sinners.
What does it have to do with children who suffer? Children are sinless.
You know, I understand that, and God is a just God. That means that he does not want evil to happen to them, but because of the generations that came before, that sin flowed even through, well, I would like to say that child.
But they're sinless.
And that was not his will. Everything that happens is not God's will. If the devil comes...
So then God's not all-powerful.
He is all-powerful, but he does not want to intervene with our decisions. He wants us to be able to make our own decisions. And he's not a pick-me because he wants all the glory. No, he wants to give you eternal life. He gave you a choice, you disobeyed, and he still wants to give you another chance so that you could live and not die. Because at the end of this race that we're living as people on this earth. There will come an end. What's next?
We don't have choice. He knows everything we're going to do.
If you choose to go to work, if you choose to go to work, he can stop it, but he doesn't. You choose. You have a choice. You have a choice to choose him, and you have a choice to be separated from him.
So if God knows every single move I'm going to make, am I choosing my moves?
Yes, you are, because he's not, just because he knows doesn't mean that he's controlling everything that you're doing.
Well, he's the creator of all things, isn't he?
For example, I chose to come onto this live, but he could have stopped it.
Okay, so then he would have already known that you weren't going to go on the live then. So he knew you were going to go on live before you even did it.
He can, yeah, exactly. He can know everything, but he doesn't control everything that we do.
So then he's not all powerful.
That doesn't mean that you're not all powerful.
Well, he
made
would
a
control
choice.
everything, wouldn't he? If he's all powerful, he controls everything. So he controls everything,
He
just
has-
not that.
well, just see it this way. He has the power of controlling everything, but he chose not to, so that he could have fellowship with us. That means that it's not a robot that he's controlling. He is giving a choice to his child. That's how it is.
So if he can control everything, right? Let's say he chooses not to. That means things happen that he could stop, but chooses not to.
How would I know? I am not God, and I cannot
speak.
I cannot speak like I make decisions about the earth. There are some things that our understanding cannot actually get to because it is so limited. I do not have the mind of God to know what to stop and what not to stop, but that doesn't mean that just because he's all powerful and doesn't change something, then he doesn't have control.
Thank you so much for the subscription, Bub. That's so kind of you. Thank you.
Based on what you're describing, let's ignore the fact that there's still just no evidence that the Bible is real at all. But ignoring that, let's say we do believe in the person that you're describing, the being that you're describing. I would reject them as a leader.
Wait, I have a question. Because you said that there is no proof that the Bible is real.
Yeah, absolutely no.
Well, what do you... Because, okay, I'm not an expert at this, but they did find scriptures, I don't remember how they call it, Torahs? I don't know what they call it exactly. The scrolls, yeah.
The Dead Sea
They did find
Scrolls?
Scrolls. Sorry?
Are you referring to the Dead Sea Scrolls?
Yes.
That pertain more to Judaism, but okay.
Exactly. Well, Judaism and Christianity have a lot in common, actually, just they don't believe.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, I agree, yes.
Yes, so, well, that is historical proof of Christianity.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. It's just some old text.
But, well,
I mean,
it's
what
in the
what in the Dead Sea Scrolls proves that
It
God
has
is real?
scripture from the Bible.
Okay, so it's rewritten scripture.
By the way,
Well, whether it is rewritten or not, it doesn't mean that it was changed. It could have been translated.
It doesn't mean that it wasn't.
Sorry?
It doesn't mean that it wasn't. The whole Bible, by the way, was written hundreds of years after the event by none of the original witnesses. You know that, right? So all these people that you say there's lots of eyewitnesses, what's actually true is they're more likely to be eyewitnesses of eyewitnesses of eyewitnesses.
Exactly. And
So people
that's
who
how,
say, okay, so if I came to you and I said, my great-great-grandfather Billy saw something fantastical happen, that's enough evidence for you to go, yeah, that's amazing?
well, no, it is not. But for example, Napoleon and all these Greek stories that we hear, all of these things did happen. We believe that it happened, but we were not there personally. So obviously we have to rely on eyewitnesses.
Which Greek stories? Because there's mythology and then there's history, which we're not relying just on eyewitnesses. We're relying on far better records, far more evidence, far more.
History. I'm not speaking about the mythical gods or anything like
Okay, so history. There's far better, far more reliable evidence, like historical, actual evidence, than there is for the events of the Bible.
Well, the events of the Bible are actually historically proven.
This is not true. Historians think that probably it's likely that someone named Jesus walked around roughly in the time. Yes, probably, because it's not confirmed. But it's very likely that somebody called Jesus walked around in that time in that area of the world and probably said a bunch of things. That's all we
and
know.
also miracles.
Where's proof of the miracles?
Well, eyewitnesses again.
So you just believe things that people say they happened.
Let's think about it this way. There was no internet, and the only way to keep a record of things was to write them down or word of mouth. That means that, for example, our grandparents tell us stories of what they saw. And even though right now we do not find that reliable because anybody can lie, I understand that, but think about it. If there was no way of recording that and not losing those scriptures, people could only talk about it. Therefore, history, everything that you may know about history cannot be real if we don't even believe that it's possible.
Not true. Eyewitness accounts are not how we decide whether or not something is likely. That's like
So
the,
how do you
the least
decide that
reliable
this is
thing.
unlikely?
How do we decide what? That the Christian God is unlikely? Because we don't have evidence for
it. Or Jesus. Well, the evidence that is there, you don't believe that it is true.
Because
not even
eyewitness
in
accounts are not reliable. If there were a bunch of people that said unicorns were real, would you just be like, no, yeah, probably?
I would consider it until.
Or would you believe it? Because you're not considering whether or not God is real. You believe God is real.
Yes, I believe God is real because I have experienced it myself, but we're not going to talk about that because you said no personal experiences. But how do you believe in history then? How do you believe in the Homo sapiens, that there was evolution? How do you believe in the Big Bang theory, by the way, which is just a theory? How do you believe in all of these things if there was...
Because a lot of the pieces of these theories are repeatable and testable in lab conditions.
Well,
also, sorry, I take issue with it when people say just a theory. Almost everything in science is just a theory. Sorry, carry on.
Does it make sense that the world just, like, for example, I think I get what you mean when you say that the Bible is not reliable, because when you speak of the Big Bang Theory, something just exploded and created all of these things that are so accurate. Like, the math and the science behind it is so specific that any little tiny change of detail would just cause for the world to explode, for humans to die of, I don't even know, anything. So you think that it just created itself? There is no one behind it?
Actually, there was, first of all, yeah. Secondly, there was a lot of toing and froing before the world settled. I don't know if you are aware of this, but it wasn't just like, oh, it popped out and it's perfect. There was times where life could not sustain itself. There are times probably to come where life will not be able to sustain itself here either.
Yeah, life attempted to sustain itself multiple times in a row, and it didn't work. And
so
then
it's not all perfect and butterflies like you might be led to believe. It's pretty rough going sometimes, and we had to evolve and adapt and start forming the world in our own minds. Like, we have to build houses, we had to make clothes, we had to, form these societies, complex sort of things, control systems, in order to survive. It's not all like perfectly created and neat.
Well, how did it become perfect? Because
it's not.
It is. For example, the way the planets are positioned. That is perfect, in my opinion.
They're changing.
Yeah, I mean, it changes, but let's say the sun is literally right next to the Earth.
And it will eventually eat us up and destroy us.
To even happen.
The sun's going to explode. Or rather, the sun is going to die out.
We're all going to cease to exist.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there will be an ending to all of this. I get it, but just it being, for example, us having life and being able to sustain it now, the sun being however far it is from Earth,
and killing us.
Well, it could kill us even faster if it was closer. Do you know what I mean? So why is it...
That's not perfection, bestie.
No, it's not perfect. I'm not talking about perfection right now. I'm just saying the fact that it's positioned where it is right now and not right next to the earth just shows that somebody thought of this in my
it
head.
shows that you're lucky to be alive right now.
So instead of just the immediate death, we have the luxury of suffering first and then dying.
First of all, the global warming. No, that is literally not even what I said.
No, but you're saying that like it's perfect because we're here right now and we're dying at the specific rate.
Like I said,
What if
I
we
didn't
were
say that was perfection. I said that is proof that somebody thought about it. Somebody created it that way.
Why is 75% of our DNA useless then?
Well, what do you mean?
About 75% of our DNA does not actually hold instructions. It's just there. It's called junk DNA. It doesn't do anything.
And why do we have
is that there?
appendices that just wait to explode?
So
they do
true.
nothing else.
So true.
Well, like I said, I'm not God. I'm not the one who created us. But
well, stop citing
again, as a scientist,
and what you
there's a lot of
observe and then
things-
going for things that you don't know, you say, "Oh, well, I don't know." Well, then you don't know any of it. Like
I can't know everything, but I know that there is proof of a God by just looking around. Sunsets, things that human beings cannot create. For example, love. You cannot create it. You can feel it. Who gave us that feeling? Who gave us that
chemical reaction?
Why does it have to be a who?
Chemical reaction. That is not true. That is not true.
Well, yes, it
A
is. It's
chemical
measurable.
reaction
But-
could make you die for someone. I genuinely think that
Yes.
somebody. So why would you rule out that somebody actually created you
Thank
to
you for
love?
the $10, Chelsea. My brain was starting to melt.
Lord,
Purr.
I was just about to talk about zombie snails. Okay.
What are zombie snails?
Oh, you haven't seen these? They're freaky. You can look it up.
No.
There's like a little parasite that goes into the head of a snail, right? It's somewhere. I don't know where. And it makes them look freaky, first of all. It goes into their antennae and bulges them out so they look crazy. And then it controls the host, right? It controls the snail and makes it want to climb up the tree, up above the safety of the canopy, where birds can get at it. And so that, because it wants the snail to be eaten by the bird, and then go inside the bird, and then be pooped out by the bird, land on the floor, and create more parasites, just to do the same thing again and again.
It's like cordyceps. Ew. Ew. Wow. Ew. I'm blocking you for this. I will never forgive you for what I just witnessed.
That's fair. I should be punished for that, but
Absolutely. Wait.
I actually need to leave you with that story because it's nearly 3 a.m. I apologize. I wish I could leave you with something better.
My psychiatrist will be hearing about this. You're done.
Oh dear. Not again.
Thank you for coming
Not
up,
again.
Aaron. Not
All right.
again. Bye, Aaron. Thank you so much
Good night,
for coming
everybody.
up.
Love you all.
All right. Hi. How old are you? Shorty Banton? Okay, bye. I said, ooh, baby. Babe, I love you. You're my everything. Sorry, I'm bored. Moving on to the next guys. Also, I will be ending the live in about 20 minutes. That person did not join. Moving on to the next guys. It's okay, Baiju. Also, y'all, please hop on the guest requests if you think the Christian God is real. Also, y'all better tap that motherfucking screen. I find cordyceps to be so fucking creepy, y'all. So fucking creepy. The Last of Us scarred me for life.
Hi. It's
Hi.
kind of
Thank you for the rose.
I'm not opposition. I love you so much. Hear me out. I think that he was talking about zombie ants. If you hear me out.
No. He was talking about snails. There's another one.
There's another one?
There's another one.
Oh no, that's scary.
It's horrible. Wait, hold on.
Oh no.
Look at their eyes.
Oh my god, that's so gross. I think I've seen that in real life before.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, you're the best, Sam. I love you so much. I literally watch you every time you go live.
Thank you so much.
I'm like your
now we
biggest
can be
fan.
scarred for life together.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Thank you so much for letting me come up. I don't know how to get out.
It's okay. I got you, my love. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye bye. Love you too.
Bye bye.
I hate knowing that we have more fucking parasitic bullshit. Ew. Ew. Actually, I was supposed to end the live at 10, so I think I'm gonna let Nathan up. We're gonna have a little convo, and then I'm gonna end the live here. Maybe. Hello?
Hey.
Hi. How are you, bestie?
I just wanted to say that I love you so much. But also, how dare you, Aaron, come up here with that and then leave?
No, literally! Fucking scarred me for life and then did!
I did not need to be scarred more than The Last of Us scared me. Like,
the
come on now.
invoice will be in the mail for my next psychiatrist appointment.
It should be.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you so much and I love what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate you too, my love. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. Bye.
Hi. Alright, looks like we have time for one more. I don't know if this person is an op or not. If they are an op, then period. If they're not, then ending live. Hello?
Yo, I forgot to come in more than one time. But I just want to say I disagree with the topic of discussion.
Okay, how old are you?
28.
Okay. What is your best argument for the Christian God being real, sans rather, anecdotal evidence?
I mean, I think anecdotal evidence you said sans anecdotal evidence, so I'll say that I will say the claims and external evidence of people like Josephus and Tacitus, and I'm talking strictly about Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ claimed to be God. So then by definition, the Christian God, which is extended to Jesus, with everything that we know about and everything that happened, in my opinion and my belief, I believe it's real. Now, truthfully, I can't really argue for the sake of scientific evidence to like give you the proof that maybe I think will be sufficient, but I would just say that's where I'm at.
So there's evidence of Jesus Christ existing. There's not evidence of Jesus Christ being the supernatural Son of God, which is the part that you would need to prove.
Right. And I guess that's where the faith comes in, because, you know. And I mean, I'm not gonna say it's. I'm not. I get that. Obviously, that's like for the sake of argument and debate. Like, yeah, it seems silly, but this is where I kind of stand on it.
So your argument is believe shit with no evidence.
No, I mean the evidence that I feel I have understood is good enough for me, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with dying on a hill that I can't tangibly prove. I'm just being honest.
Well, I personally find that to be pretty intellectually questionable. But that doesn't necessarily prove anything in this case. So I'm not quite sure where we would go from here.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't have an argument or a debate for this. I just wanted to kind of give my opinion, and I wish I could engage you on a better topic. I apologize. I've come and talked to you more than one time. You probably talk to a lot of people, so you don't know me, but that's fair. So I'll just simply say that the evidence, even though you would say the supernatural evidence is unprovable, we'll have to see what's maybe the shadow to Turin comes into play and stuff like that. The supernatural you really can't prove, but I'll just say I believe it. It's a circular argument. It may be dumb, but that's just how I feel. And I'm sorry I couldn't engage you more.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up.
Gracias.
Bye-bye. Alright, y'all. It is 5 minutes till 10 p.m. Ending the live. Thank you all so much for being here, though. I'm so glad this live was a lot more, we had a good time. We had a good time. I will see you all tomorrow. It might be a later live than usual because I'm gonna be changing my hair, so I don't know how long I'll have to be awake for that. I love you too, Justin. Discord Jackbox Party. Perhaps. I want to go to CVS first because I want Twizzlers. But then after that, I'll think about it. Okay, bye my loves. Mwah. And thank you all for 140k likes. Thank you all for your generosity. And thank you to my mods for being here. Shout out to Caro, shout out to Key, shout out to Lainey, and shout out to Cleo. Love all of you. Bye bye. Oh, and also, thank you to any new subs that have subscribed today. I greatly appreciate you being a part of the community. Also, Discord is in my bio if you're not already there. We chat and you get notifications every time I go live that are more reliable than TikTok notifications. And also, I'm in there and I talk directly to you guys. So, join if you would like. It is an 18 plus server though. Also, my laptop got stolen, so I haven't been able to work on that master doc, which is really annoying, but it is reality. But when I get a new laptop, hopefully Brown will buy me another one. I will create the master doc for you guys. But anyway, that's all. Okay, bye. I know that dropping that is a little crazy, a little wild, but